not by like an incredible amount
Or anything like that.
I just did.
I know. Oh, you just said we're up.
Yeah.
Did you say the score though?
No.
I don't say the score.
Yeah, no.
I didn't say the score.
We're playing Wales. Were we picked to beat Wales?
I believe so.
We're the favorite.
However, not by like an incredible amount.
Okay.
And this is a must-win.
Okay, good.
In my opinion.
Got it already. Game one, must win.
It's a must-win because essentially all of this is, I mean, it's the playoffs for international, soccer.
Sure,
this is a team that we could beat, we should beat, so we have to beat. Hence, it's a must-win.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, we know we have the World Cup. I was hoping to keep your attention today with the USA playing today. I want to make sure that everything's fine. But they're done in half an hour or so, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You worry about it, being able to have your co-host on there.
Actually, I fully expected him to be Bradshawing today, which is when Bradshaw went to his wedding and brought a Yankees game.
Yeah.
I fully expected both of them to have one of those TVs in there set up for World Cup soccer.
No. And that is the beautiful thing about soccer. 2 hours start to finish. You're good. You're in and out.
Yeah.
Without question. Even with extended extra time, it's going to be pretty close.
I mean, if you give extra time, then it's going to break the 2-hour rule. But with stoppage time, I think that's...
Yeah. Well, so
how was the cruise?
So, it's interesting. Cruises are.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah, it's a flex.
Well, no. It's not a flex. There's no flex.
Oh, that means he's mad.
No. So we went on the Wonder of the Seas, which is currently the largest cruise ship on planet Earth.
Wow.
It's the biggest one out there. It's making all the news today, yesterday. I saw news stories everywhere about, the Wonder of the Seas now sailing out of Port Canaveral. And I believe it just came over from Europe in August or September. It just sailed over. So it hasn't been sailing out of Port Canaveral that long. And it is, if you've never been on one of these ships, even seeing it on television or even seeing it live at the port, you're like, oh, yeah, that's a very big ship. It's inconceivable how big it is until you get inside it.
Really?
And you realize that theoretically that thing could never move and you wouldn't know it. Like they could just say, okay, just go in there and party, have a good time. We'll turn the whole thing on, casino, the whole 9 yards. We'll do all the shows. And if you didn't go to the top deck and look out, you would never know you left. I mean, you could literally stay inside and just hang out on that thing and never even go to the top and see the outside and be perfectly happy and fine. There is stuff to do.
Whoa.
Every 30 minutes. They plan it out. Every 30 minutes there's a trivia game or some kind of challenge.
Did they let you write the questions?
Or a scavenger hunt. No.
So it's a real sense of adventure.
Yeah. Well, if you want it to be, it can be. But if you don't want it to be, it can be, I'll just stay right down. Look, I found out this trip, there are a lot of people who do exactly that. Matter of fact, a number of these older people I'm about to tell you about here in a second, they do this. That's what they do. They cruise back to back, 20, 25, 30 times a year.
Whoa.
All they do is go on
Whoa.
cruises, and they stay on cruise ships. Some of them don't even leave. They just stay on the cruise ship, and they get that special thing, and they just go,
Full-time cruise.
Couple things that happen, though, that I find are interesting is I haven't been on one in a while, and the idea of getting on and off this ship was way different. Usually getting on this ship is the relatively easy part, especially if you've done your booking correctly, and getting off the ship is a giant pain in the ass because of customs.
Oh.
It's reversed now. The guys over at Port Canaveral have a serious issue. We left Friday to go to the ship, or Sunday to go to the ship. And we're like, okay, we took our dog to our sitter, right, for the week. And then as we go back to the house because we're way early, we're like, okay, we don't go over there so early. And then we just thought, well, let's just go over. Maybe they'll let us on early. If not, worst case scenario, we'll go around there and get something to eat or grab a drink or whatever and wait till our boarding time. We were in traffic from 11:30 until 2:45.
Oh.
In traffic to get on that ship. So where Port Canaveral has a really interesting future because you can see the possibilities there. But when you bring in ships that have 4,000 and 5,000 and 6,000 people capacities, you have to have the infrastructure to handle that business, and they do not. It was a complete failure at the port this weekend getting on that boat. A complete failure. It was unbelievable. We heard crew members talking about how there was no parking, no one knew where to go. They didn't know where to put people because people are just coming everywhere. We got as lucky as you could get to park, or we might not have made it to the ship on time or right on time. The ship didn't sail for an hour and a half after it was supposed to because of the issues they had at the port parking and managing the people that are now coming there, because these boats hold so many more people than they did even 5 years ago.
Right.
That the port hasn't expanded the ability to handle that many people. And it was a mess. I mean, it was a mess. And, and of course, that's not the only ship there. It's not like they don't have 2 other Disney ships and another Royal Caribbean and Carnival ships there. They're all requiring the same thing. They need parking and space. And they don't have it.
So that's the biggest con of having that big of a cruise. But what's the biggest pro?
The biggest pro is the fact that there's a lot to do on the ship. There really is. We only got off on one port. We got off in St. Martin because we rented a Jeep and went to the other side of the island of this place called Friars Beach. Was one of the coolest things. You basically have a private beach with a private bar and a private restaurant that nobody knows about. Unless you Google it, unless you get a Jeep to get over there, because it's like a half an hour drive to get over there.
So was this an excursion booked through the cruise line or something you guys did outside?
We rolled the dice, dog.
Yeah, love it.
Because here's the thing. And if you've never driven on one of these islands or been in one of these places where the infrastructure is a coin flip, I mean, it's just a suggestion. You could be driving on a quote-unquote highway and have to watch out for a bull. I mean, it's just like, it's bananas. So that 30-minute drive is 2 miles. 2.5 miles.
That sounds about right.
Because of where you have to go and weave. I mean, I'm sure you experienced that in Hawaii as well, right?
Yeah, the road to Hana.
Yeah. But here's the one thing. Here's another con. Here's the other. By the way, there are other than the drinks are expensive, stuff like that. If you buy the drink package, you're fine. You just got to drink your liver dead in 7 days to justify the expenditure. We bought the dining package, which gave us access to good bottles of wine for almost half price. So we did that instead. But, man, let me tell you, I found the group of people to avoid at all cost.
Kids.
No.
Canadians.
No.
Newlyweds.
I now know. I know the term.
Jimmy, stop the Asian hate.
I know the term cruise bully. And what do you think a cruise bully looks like?
Cruise bully?
Somebody, one at a time. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me what you think a cruise bully looks like.
You're not supposed to do that.
Okay, that's cruise bully number 1. Jack?
Yeah, someone with that experience, and they just put themselves in charge of wherever they are on that ship.
Okay. Deb, what's a cruise bully look like to you?
Cruise bully that would come up to you by the pool and say that that's their lounge chair.
I'm sure that may have happened. I don't know. But let me tell you the worst people on planet Earth. And yes, I'm talking to you people.
Oh.
If you're a 65 to 72-year-old woman on a scooter, you can
get out of my way.
You can F straight off. And I'll tell you this. I've never met a more forceful, entitled, arrogant group of people in my life than old fat women on scooters. These old fat white women felt like that. Oh, Jack, you have no idea. Here's what they would do. Now, by the way, this thing sold clean out. Anytime there's a show, an appearance, anything, if you don't get there a half an hour early, here's what they do. Those hens, those old biddies, they send one woman down. It's Margaret on the scooter. You know why? Because Margaret can go into the hottest club night of the night and reserve half the back of the restaurant, or the back of the club, so that all of those older yentas can waddle down there 5 seconds before the show starts and set up shop. Meanwhile, everybody else is standing room only, except for this one part of the club or bingo hall or whatever that these old women commandeer because they go, Margaret's on a scooter. She's on a scooter. You can't do anything. She's on a scooter. And not one person would say a word to him. Not anybody. No one dared take him on.
Because they're mean.
They'll run you over.
They were the Hells Angels of the Royal Caribbean ship that I was just on.
Well, I know I'm not confronting someone in a scooter because of the scooter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real bullying thing.
Oh, my God. They were every one of them we ran into. They were just like, oh, my God, man.
Every backs of ankles they must have destroyed.
Oh, you have no idea. Senseless. And they'll stare you down.
So I would be terrified of confronting
skim milk.
somebody in a scooter because they would just look at me and be like, Vietnam. And I'd be like, son of a.
Well, it's just these old deacon wives. and they're just driving around these scooters. And oh, by the way, they have name tags. They've cruised so much that they have a straight up crew name tag, brass, with their name like etched into it, as if they work there.
And like, you don't need a name tag. I can tell who you are by the varicose veins.
Exactly. But we have a bunch of stuff to talk about with the cruise because there are a couple things I wanted to ask you, Ross. You're an actual entertainer. Your brother was an entertainer. And cruise ship entertainment for years.
Yeah, my brother's done multiple Disney cruises.
Right. So interestingly, though, right? But hasn't that always had a weird kind of vibe if you're on a cruise ship as an entertainer that maybe, you know...
I think a little bit of yes and no. I mean, if I were to tell you how much they're paying, cruise ship comedians, I would consider it.
Oh, well, I will tell you. And I had a conversation about that with other people on the ship. I was like, well, the people who are the entertainers are different than the people who, work on the ship that you see walk around in the Royal Caribbean stuff. The entertainers are different altogether, usually subcontracted from other companies, and they come in and they don't do any of the other stuff. But I want to tell you about the shows that were on the ship. You asked me about the highlights. I will tell you about some of the shows on the ship a little bit later in the program. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, of course, we talked about a little bit. The U.S. men's national team kicking off its 2022 FIFA World Cup run. FEMA extends its Hurricane Ian disaster assistance deadline, and a fight erupts following, of all things, an Elton John concert.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and when I give you...
Was it on a Saturday night?
Oh,
Man, that's a lot of slaps.
Oh, dude.
You would think so, but man...
They run out of cotton candy?
Wait till I tell you about the victims and the injuries coming up next during Woke News.
Oh, my God. Somebody's palm has never been so red. All right, 407-916-1041. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Got an iPhone? Sweet. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Authorities have cleared an accident eastbound on I-4 between Sand Lake Road and I-Drive, but we're looking at a stop-and-go right out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429. It's slow, too, between U.S. 192 and Sand Lake Road. We're seeing delays, too, westbound between the Beach Line and State Road 535 and also near World Drive. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindster's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindster.com.
Get ready for Thanksgiving at Tools Ace Hardware. If you want to entertain outdoors this holiday season, we've got everything you need to be the perfect host. How about a brand new Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, or Napoleon grill just in time for Thanksgiving? Plus, Hollywood outdoor furniture is perfect for all your outdoor gatherings. Tools Ace even has fire pits, firewood, patio heaters, and propane to keep everyone warm when the temperature drops. Get it all assembled and delivered for free when you spend $3.99 or more on grills or patio furniture. Visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations, including our new location, now open in South Claremont on the corner of Highway 27 and Heartwood Marsh. Or shop online at toolsacehardware.com.
This hour programming brought to you in part by the Nissan Thrill of the Drive event. Shop nissanusa.com.
It's the holiday season, which means it's your season. We know you're busy making the holidays happen, so we'll make this quick. Dunkin's new Pancake Wake-Up Wrap is a tasty combo of crisp bacon, melty cheese, and fluffy eggs, all wrapped in a warm pancake. It's savory and sweet, but the best part is you can hold it in one hand with a holiday blend coffee in the other. Perfect for holiday go-getters on the go, like you. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Save time and money with the wood fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Attention business owners. owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26K per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
asthma,
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52, 36,
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-561-1201. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-561-1201. That's 800-561-1201. Again, 800-561-1201.
'Tis the season to give, and only iHeartRadio gives you everything you love for free all in one app. So go ahead and listen to this station anywhere, anytime. And let us help you get into the holiday spirit by unwrapping iHeartRadio's massive collection of Christmas music with live stations like iHeart Christmas and North Pole Radio, hosted by the big man himself. Whether it's music or podcasts, the free iHeartRadio app is your holiday soundtrack no matter where you are. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text the program, 77031. Leave us a talk back. That's easy as well. Just get the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio when you get it, and use that little microphone to send it on down the line. We play them all day, day. I'm Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check on the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Probably be talking more about this with Brandon Kravitz when we do our sports segment next hour. But the U.S. men's national team has kicked off its 2022 FIFA World Cup run. The squad taking on Wales in a match still underway, is it, Ross?
Yes.
In Qatar, that's televised Fox and Telemundo. Tim Weah, I'm not going to
Not going to give it a shot?
No. I'm not going to say what he did, actually,
okay,
because
good.
there's a lot of people who probably have this recorded. They're waiting till they get home to watch the match. I'm just going to tell you he's a player to watch.
Okay.
The U.S. are going to play at least 3 times, facing England on Friday, Iran on November 29th, and it marks the first World Cup for the U.S. in 8 years.
Damn, really?
8 years.
That's right. We just qualified, right?
Yeah, so for fans who've been waiting for this.
I think the last time Team USA played in the World Cup, Jimmy and I were watching at the bar at Elixir.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was it 2012 or 14 or something like that?
2014, yeah.
Wow, so Elixir really is your World Cup place to be.
Man, it was a blast.
Yeah.
It was that's as crowded as that place has ever been.
It's the last time I wore this jersey, and it's also the last time it fit me.
Well, it's fitting you nice good. Once again, that was really
It's been a rough
English.
8 years.
Yeah, very excited for the World Cup. Super pumped. We got a young team, but they're filled with so much technical ability. I've already have a new fan favorite. I already have a new favorite men's national team player.
All right.
God, it's just so good.
Well,
good.
Well, in the meantime, the captains of multiple World Cup teams will not be wearing a special armband during the tournament because they could get punished for doing so. The players who lead Belgium, Denmark, England, Germany, the Netherlands, and Wales are not going to be wearing the One Love anti-discrimination armband. They would be given yellow cards if they did. A joint statement said FIFA was clear about the potential punishment. They also said they were ready to pay fines for wearing the armband, but plans have now changed. Kind of like, the plans to sell beer in the stadiums.
Right, exactly.
Which, by the way, the media made that a very big deal, and in some ways it should be a big deal because they pulled the plug on it like right before the World Cup.
Yeah,
Almost like
2
they
days.
teased everybody with it to buy tickets and then pulled it when they were there.
Yeah, kind of like that.
The point that I'm making is that the biggest leagues in the world don't sell beer in their stadiums.
Oh, they don't?
The entire English Premier League, to my knowledge, does not sell beer in their stadiums.
All right, so beer's not an issue in Qatar, but maybe hating the gays is still an issue.
Well, there's already been
women.
An American journalist was detained today for wearing a shirt that had a soccer ball with the rainbow colors.
So that's where the fun part comes in with Qatar hosting. All right, back here stateside, the first formal charges are being filed against the man accused of that deadly Colorado shooting that left 5 people dead and many more injured. Anderson Lee Aldrich is now facing 5 counts of murder and 5 counts of bias-motivated crime causing bodily injury. Meantime, authorities in Colorado Springs are warning of fundraising scams after the mass shooting at the LGBTQ club late Saturday night. GoFundMe officials say a variety of accounts have been launched to raise money for the victims and their families. I think the best part about this story is that the rampage stopped when one of the bar patrons grabbed the handgun out of the gunman's hands and then bitch slapped him with his own weapon. That is the best. All right, I know finally supply chain issues are kind of easing up, right? Stores are saying they've got your favorite toys in stock and, for all those holiday wish lists. Well, it's probably going to be smarter to shop earlier than wait till the last minutes before Christmas. If you're one of those last minute people, listen up.
And that was happening on Saturday. We were out doing some last minute shopping for our trip, and the mall was slammed.
Well, those are a lot of smart people, and you might want to join in the melee because the possibility of a national rail workers strike is once again on the table. Back in September, the Biden administration praised a tentative deal between railroads and unions that addressed long-time disputes over pay and working conditions. However, the largest rail union in the U.S., which represents conductors, rejected the latest offer. The Biden administration warned back in September that a nationwide strike could literally cripple our economy. If a deal isn't reached, a strike could take place next month.
Oh, yeah, no
just
problem.
in time
Right,
for Christmas.
Almost like it's a negotiating ploy.
It could be. Could be. Let's hope they do come up with a deal, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of a deadline, FEMA is extending the deadline for Central Florida residents who still need help following Hurricane Ian, and those are lots of folks. The deadline to apply for federal disaster assistance is now January 12th for those living in one of the 26 designated counties, and this includes most of Central Florida, including Brevard, Orange, and Volusia counties. Multiple disaster recovery centers are set up throughout impacted areas for those who want to apply in person. And sometimes applying in person, it's more of a pain in the butt, but it's probably a lot better because in that way, when you have questions, you can get them answered right there. All right, there's a shakeup at Disney. I know I was really surprised when I saw the push notification over the weekend when the Walt Disney Company announced last night that former CEO Bob Iger is back in charge and Bob Chapek is out.
Here I come to save the day.
Yeah, exactly. The change took effect immediately. Disney says Chapek stepped down, but it didn't say why. Now, he only took over for Iger just 2 years ago. Disney's board says...
I love this move. Here, you handle a pandemic. I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
We'll give you $23 million. I'll be back in, let's say, 2023. Sound good?
Disney's board says it believes that Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through an increasingly complex period of industry transformation.
Oh, that's an interesting way to say cultural stuff. But yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Iger says he's extremely optimistic for the future and thrilled to be asked to return as CEO. The other word, too, is that once Disney's 50th anniversary celebrations come to a stop, there's supposed to be apparently some big shedding of staff.
Interesting, because I heard that he only signed a 2-year deal, right? Iger. He's only coming back for a couple of years, I guess, to steady the ship from all the stuff that has happened this year with Disney.
Right.
And all these cultural situations they've gotten themselves into that they've avoided like a master player. Like Magnus Carlsen level thinking of avoiding situations like this throughout the years. And, of course, under this other guy, they got themselves in a couple of pretty deep ones.
Well, I think
and they don't like that.
What ended up happening, too, was that Disney got caught playing politics. And that's something they've been able to do behind closed doors.
You're right. Yeah, that's the fact.
And then we went like, whoa, wait a minute. It turns out they're really no different from any other big company.
Yeah, that was their problem. They accidentally were a little too honest.
Watch out.
All right, Orlando International Airport, speaking of busy, they're preparing for a high volume of travelers this holiday season. Aviation officials believe the airport will see nearly 2 million passengers this season. That's 10% more people than last year. You may have noticed it on the roads. I did. The busiest travel day this week is expected to be Wednesday. Airport officials are asking people to arrive 3 hours early.
Oh, yeah.
In order to catch their flights this week. That's normally what you're told when you're leaving on an international flight. But now domestically, they're saying show up 3 hours early in time for your flight. If you are driving, the good news there, gas prices continue to fall as millions of Floridians get ready to travel for Thanksgiving. AAA reports the state average for a gallon is about $3.46, 9 cents less than a week ago, but 10 cents more than last Thanksgiving. Nearly 3 million Floridians are forecast to drive for the holiday weekend, including nearly 2.7 million, again, who will drive. All right, the world's largest cruise ship is finding a new home in Brevard County. If you know anyone who's been on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas.
Nope, not a soul.
Nope, I can't think of anyone either.
Here it's awesome.
Will remain docked at Port Canaveral for at least the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And as Jimmy was talking about, it can hold nearly 7,000 passengers at a time and was previously sailing out of South Florida. Royal Caribbean eliminated its COVID-19 regulations this year, allowing guests on board regardless of their vaccination status. The ship set sail on a 7-day trip across the Caribbean yesterday and will return to the port this weekend.
Yep.
Now, Jimmy, you talked about the delays you had getting on ship. People were texting, a couple people texted that said that was really an isolated thing due to some Coast Guard inspections happening at the port on that day.
Really? Well, I didn't experience that. What I experienced is a complete failure of the ability to park cars. I don't know how the Coast Guard was the Coast Guard running the parking garage?
I don't know.
Because all I heard was people that worked for the ship and for the port saying that it was a complete failure, that nobody knew where to park and they didn't know where to put anybody. And by the way, that same person said that ships have been that large in that port for a while. That's the largest ship in the world, so that's not true either.
Right. Did you do satellite parking and then?
No, actually, I got so lucky. As I was pulling up to park and get my ticket that I'd waited 2 hours, 15 minutes to get to be able to pay $145 to park my car for 7 days.
I would have dropped you off, bud.
Just on the other side of where that guy was standing, a guy backed out because he was denied boarding.
Oh.
And I looked at the guy and I said, "Can I get that spot right there?" And he goes, "Absolutely." And I pulled up and walked right up, and it allowed us to walk off the ship 100 yards and get in our car and leave.
Sorry about your COVID test, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
good luck,
man. All right, NASA's unmanned Orion capsule is cruising just 80 miles above the surface of the moon. Launched last Wednesday as part of the Artemis 1 mission, the capsule, which has 2 dummies sitting in, where the astronauts wearing radiation-detecting spacesuits.
Hey, where were you for that launch? Were
I
you
don't
at
even
sea?
know. Yeah, I was at sea. I didn't know.
Oh.
I saw it I saw it on television there, but I didn't see it go up.
Did we name the dummies?
I don't know. But the capsule will fire its main engine to start a series of maneuvers to put it in lunar orbit later this week. It's going to remain in orbit for the next 3 weeks before returning to Earth. NASA officials say, of course, Artemis 1 marking the first step on a path to return American astronauts to the moon's surface. All right. A man is in custody after he went on a shooting rampage inside a Flagler County bar. Witnesses told deputies Connor Anderson was inside the Smiles nightclub earlier yesterday when he became really, really mad after he couldn't find his keys.
I've been there.
Yeah, I get it now.
If this happened every single Sunday afternoon at 5 at Smile, somebody gets drunk and can't find their keys and goes on a shooting rampage.
Officials say Anderson left and came back with a gun that he pointed at a woman's head.
I can't do that.
He fired about 6 shots before residents were able to tackle him to the ground. Sheriff Rick Staley says it's amazing he didn't kill or seriously injure someone simply because he was angry that he couldn't find the very thing he probably shouldn't have used in the first place.
Man, have you seen them? They have the bottle opener on them.
Did they Mark Keith him?
Oh.
You know, the thing that happens with your eye sometimes when you get in fights with people.
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't need a car because a man is facing charges in Central Florida for allegedly riding a bike while impaired.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple friends with those.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd.
Listen, am I the wrong people? I know 2 people that have bike DUIs. I need a new
do
crowd,
too.
right?
Wow. Weird flag.
I mean, you got to call it a BUI then. Because
exactly.
calling that driving is a little too much.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. But then a BUI would be boating under the influence. Well, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says Daniel Hernandez struck a 5-year-old boy on Saturday while riding a bike in Mulberry. Child was taken to a Tampa hospital, but is expected, thankfully, to be okay.
Where else could that be a headline? Where else on planet Earth could that sentence be an actual headline that Floridians just kind of glance past? Page 2.
Judd said Hernandez had a breath alcohol content above the legal limit. He's charged with DUI with injury.
Yeah.
Explain that one.
And by the way, when you see a grown-ass man riding a bicycle with a basket, you know. Yeah. And you know what the basket's for, too.
It's got pegs.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, it's not just in Florida, I'll have you know, Jimmy, because it turns out a Missouri man is headed to prison after pleading guilty to a bank robbery in which he wrote his demand note.
Well, come on. Let me get on his deposit slip.
Nope. Jack, what's your guess?
Back of his license?
Nope. Ross, what's your guess?
Receipt.
Nope. How about the back of his birth certificate?
Dig it! Bravo! Yes, sir. I couldn't find any paper. I
couldn't find anything, bro.
No.
Authorities in Springfield say Michael Conley Lloyd pleaded guilty to the bank robbery, which he says he committed to prove a point to his girlfriend.
What was that point?
However, he never explained.
She was right.
He was dumb. You are dumb. I'm not.
However, he never explained what point he was trying to make. He admitted to stealing more than $700 from a Springfield bank this past July, and he committed the robbery while wearing an ankle monitor from a past offense.
I mean, when you do all of that, there's got to be...
And it is all of it.
All of that.
You've done all of it.
There's got to be part of his brain that thought, they'll never expect me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm the last person that they're going to think.
Who would do all this with an ankle monitor? That's a very good point. Maybe he's smarter than we giving him credit for.
Yeah. I'm close to the bottom of the list. I got an ankle monitor. There's no way that you're going to think that was me.
You're going to look right by me.
And then finally, the LAPD continues to investigate an attack at the Dodger Stadium parking lot following an Elton John concert. The incident was first reported around 11:30 following a traffic collision. Police say a man and his wife who attended the concert got out of their vehicle right after the fender bender and then got involved in an argument. The verbal dispute soon escalated into a physical confrontation where one woman struck another female while a male assaulted another man.
Oh, yeah.
A video taken of the attack shows assailants kicking and beating the man until he was unconscious.
That's going to hurt. With platform shoes.
LAPD detectives say everyone involved in the melee was gone when police arrived.
But they could find him because he was in a duck costume?
These people were thugged. The unidentified man suffered a concussion and a broken ankle while his wife was knocked unconscious during the brawl. Both victims are in their 60s.
Damn.
Meanwhile, no arrests have been made, and for those who do not know, Elton John's final North American tour coming to an end. The Rocket Man played his final U.S. show at Dodger Stadium, while the couple outside put on another show.
A stomping show.
Exactly. At an Elton John concert where you heard Crocodile Rock and Don't Go Breaking My Heart, what could possibly make you want to go out and beat someone's butt?
Little Nikita.
Either way, now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. And Don loves to answer your questions having to do with anything and everything with owning and buying a home. Maybe you have to help sell your elderly parents' condo in South Florida and you don't know the first place to start. Well, chances are that mortgage guy, Don, knows exactly what you need to do, and it's so easy to get your questions answered. Just go to homeloansradio.com where, again, you can ask Don any mortgage question. You can even get a written quote. That is so easy by hitting apply now. Again, that's homeloansradio.com or thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Take a little break. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect a mix of sun and clouds today, a few passing showers a little bit later this afternoon, then shower coverage with a chance for a lightning strike or two will be on the rise for your Tuesday. Afternoon highs will be back to the low 90s this week, and actually our warmest day of the week will be on Thanksgiving with the high of 77 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Kin Insurance. You've checked the weather. What about checking your home insurance policy? Get the right coverage at a great price in minutes with an easy online quote at kin.com. It's time to experience home insurance where you're not just family, you're kin.
Man, it's time for a new bathroom. Man, it's time for a new bathroom. Make it happen for yourself. Rebath in Mid-Florida can help you do that. I was just driving by there today. Showroom looks as good as ever. Easy to find up in Altamont Springs, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. And here is the great thing about Rebath. This is all they do. And when you see the models, those are just to show you what the products look like, because they have a design team that works hand in hand with you and your ideas to come up with the bathroom of your dreams. And they know all the popular trends, and they can cover those looks every single day. And they can do it with natural stone, travertine, marble, all those beautiful colors. They have that cut perfectly. That means no grout lines, just a beautiful bathroom to enjoy every day of your life from now on out. And I know that you guys have sacrificed. You don't have your Thanksgiving or Christmas at your house because you're embarrassed for your bathroom. Let Rebath remedy that for you. They can do that for you guys. Log on, rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and after. Simply amazing. And then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
At a time when others are charging more, Bill Ray Nissan is charging less. Get $2,500 off a Nissan Murano 2023 and drive it home today. Bill Ray Nissan on 1792. All prices plus tax, tag, title, and $899.95 dealer charge. $2,500 off is for a 2022 Nissan Maxima SV 5N1 AZ2 BJ5PC 109280. MSRP $40,420 minus $2,500 dealer discount. $37,920 sale price. See dealer for details. BillRayNissan.com, where they do business the right way.
They say a good craftsman never blames their tools, and the best always choose the right one for the job. For the builders and makers of this world, nothing beats knowing you've got what you need to get the project done. Northern Tool is a problem solver's paradise. Hurry in now to catch our Black Friday deals, where we have the perfect gift for every solver in your life, from names like Honda, Milwaukee, and Lincoln Electric. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. Call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. 802-341-4542. 802-341-4542. That's 802-341-4542.
Todd is in love.
Sarah, I've never felt this way before.
But he's about to find out that sometimes when you chase after love,
I'm moving to Paris.
you've got to step on the gas. Because this isn't your classic holiday rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad.
Wait, what?
Featuring a powerful performance by Nissan Rogue.
Oh, come on.
Todd?
I'm coming with you.
Now get $500 holiday bonus cash on select models.
Get your heart racing at Nissan's Thrill of the Drive event.
Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com.
Don't let true love or these offers slip away.
$500 bonus cash available on 2022 Altima, Armada, Frontier, Murano, Pathfinder, and Rogue. Available on lease and purchase. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. See dealer for details. Subject to residency restrictions. Ends November 30th, 2022.
December 9th, entertainers from the world of country music are coming together at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala, Florida, for a concert in support of our nation's recalibrated veterans. Jimmy Allen, Colt Ford, and Kid G are taking the stage for the Never Give Up on Country benefit concert for the Travis Mills Foundation. This patriotic event kicks off with a block party featuring food, drinks, and more. Get your tickets at never-give-up-on-country.eventbrite.com. All proceeds benefit our nation's heroes.
Just come out, the man when you're in trouble. Car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out, when you're injured on the go.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
Asthma.
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52. 36.
42.
you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
We know you're spending some of your work time on Facebook. Like our page at Real Radio 1041. And we'll keep your secret. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. A few other things about the cruise that went on this past week. I have a bunch of pictures we're going to try to get put up by tomorrow, a whole flip-through thing, so we'll try to get that done for you. So let's talk about the shows, right? So for me, as I know, and I'm not as deep into the business as you are. You and your brother both are professionals, and your brother's been a touring professional most of his life. But I always remember that cruise ship entertainment did not get a good, like it would always be if you were working on a cruise ship, you were at the end of your career or at the very, very beginning of your career, that no one really aspired to be part of a cruise ship show. It would be like, even off Broadway or somewhere else, even a touring show that would come through like Dr. Phillips, it would be way better to do that than be on a cruise ship. That's what I always remember hearing.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy for me to agree with.
Right, but I don't know.
I'm opposed to doing the Dr. Phillips versus a week of cruise ship gigs.
And I'll give you an example. Like, obviously the comedians were there. They had 2 comedians on the boat the entire time. It was the same 2 guys. I'd never heard of them before in my life. I'm not saying that that's anything, but I am kind of steeped in the comedy world, and I do seek out new comedians to listen to all the time. I'd never heard of either one of these guys. People said they were great. Said one of them was really good. The other one was okay. He was a crowd work artist, which cruise ships love to hire, by the way. He just come in, he has like 10 minutes of time. He's trying to do 35, and the rest of it's just crowd work.
Yeah.
But they said he destroyed. The other guy just has your stereotypical 45 to an hour set that, of course, was good. But, man, where Royal Caribbean has really, really stepped it up, man, every single show that we saw was amazing. And I'm not talking amazing by cruise ship standards. I'm telling you straight up from me to you, if any one of those shows would have been at the Dr. Phillips Center and you would have paid $60 or $70 to see them, you would have been soulfully entertained for an hour and 15 minutes or so. You would have been unbelievably entertained. They have a show that runs in the back of the ship because the back of the ship is this basically a giant water theater, right? It's a pool that they do this water show, right? And the last ship that we were on, the Oasis, had it as well, but it was more really diving eccentric. This thing has a Bellagio fountain kind of set up in front of it. It's got tiers where, they dive while the ship is moving from 35 feet in the air.
Wow.
Plus they have springboards that come out, and they do that. They do this to industrial music with a laser show, and it is... it's amazing. I'm telling you straight up. We walked off that deck and looked at one of the people who was working there. I was like, I don't know what you guys aren't doing charging extra for that, because you could. Saw a tap dancing show on the cruise ship. Fully did not want to go, but everybody else was going. I was like, okay, we'll go see the tap show. Whatever. We're here, right? Let's see the tap show. Amazing, interesting, fun, unique. The other show that was another one was based on these superheroes that they created just for the boat. And they called themselves the
Boat and Hose,
the Engagers, or something like that. But it was basically what it was is your stereotypical 4 superheroes. They all have a theme, kind of like your Mighty Morphin Power Ranger guys, or what are the other ones?
Rest in peace.
What are the other ones? The
Marvel?
Backstreet Boys?
Yeah, they all have a name.
I'm just thinking about groups of 5.
Yeah. It's 4, but they have a color, and they their superpowers.
The Power Rangers.
Yeah. So I guess the same thing. So
yeah, wait, that was said twice, right?
Yeah, Mighty Morphin, right?
Yeah.
So with that said, they did a drone show, and by the way, the theater is the size of Dr. Phillips almost. I mean, it's just a little bit smaller, maybe 80% that size, and gorgeous.
But
absolutely gorgeous.
You're still talking about over 1,000 people in an audience.
1,500 to 2,000.
Yeah.
And some standing on the back. It is a massive theater. Yeah, I'm telling you, it isn't much small. It's like the size of Hard Rock, maybe a little bit smaller, but not much, right? And they did a drone show inside as part of this show, which is a program with drones, real like little bitty drones. And it was just amazing, guys.
Wow. I'm
telling you, it was amazing. And usually that's the things we avoid on the cruise ship. We're in the bars or the dance clubs or whatever. We decided to kind of chill out this time and see the shows, and every single one of them was great.
And it was the first time the ship has sailed, right?
No. Some of the first cruises from Canaveral.
So you talked about how kind of entertainment kind of viewed entertainment on cruise ships. And to me, it sounds like it's how movies used to view television programming up until the end of the 90s. And then at the end of the 90s, you had Sopranos. Then you had the cable stuff started doing movie-like television shows on TV. And then that almost became an equalizer. They just raised the game.
I would say not almost. I would say exactly. I mean, when you have guys like Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey starting in a cop show on a streaming service, I would say they've made it.
Yeah.
Because, up until then, those are $20 million guys with a good script and a great director and a $100 million budget to get them involved with a project.
And look at Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who, never did television, and now he's doing his first television show ever. And he said it's exactly that reason. I just saw him recently on CBS Sunday Morning saying that it's streaming that changed the game and made it so that it's cool to work in TV now if you're an actor, even
so
a film
it's
actor.
kind of like what the larger cruise ships and cruise lines are
Right.
able to do now, and just elevate that talent level.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm in the music on this show, on this boat. They have a couple of bands. They have a little country band, a little trio that does, the real popular country stuff. And then they have a top 40 band that plays the main area, which is that deck 5, which is just a giant, cavernous kind of shopping, walking, drinking, partying area. And there's a stage that's risen up on top of one of the clubs, and they play there. And all the musicians were amazing. All the singers were amazing. Nobody was a hack. Everybody was great. It was great.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the death of an entertainer to go on one of those ships.
Not anymore. I can't imagine that's the case on one of these things. It'd be like playing a really nice hotel in Vegas.
I mean, everyone's goal when you first get into entertainment is to be able to provide for yourself.
Doing just that.
And maybe that's not even true. Some people just get into it because it's a hobby and they have a bunch of dead time and they want to go do something, not just stay on their couch. But I have plenty of friends that have been doing a lot of cruise ship gigs, and they look at it as work. They look at it as a paycheck. They know it's not a career game changer in the sense of, oh, this is in front of, really important people. I really got to do very well.
But if you're a diver or a swimmer or a dancer, and you want to get some experience under your belt, let's say you're a college level diver, Division I player, you got your degree, but you don't want to do that. You still want to do your thing. I mean, you can go and do that now. I don't know where else you could do. I don't know where else you could make a living diving.
Now, I've heard of horror stories about, doing stand-up on cruise ships, but I've also heard that it makes you so much, you just become a well-rounded, sharper performer because you're doing so many shows. It's a kid's show, that one, once on Saturday. So now you have to, one of my friends, he went into doing cruise ships with probably about 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours of material, and now he's at 6.
Yeah.
He's at 6 hours of material just because he keeps doing cruise ship gigs.
And the experiences you have are second to none. I mean, we had, you see some things on these, because people come there and lose their mind. People believe that once that thing set sails, it's a whole different set of rules. And actually, Ray's not going to be in today, but I was going to ask him about that because there was an incident on the ship that made national news. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in the day. But yeah, an incident that made national news on the ship.
Who'd you punch?
And it wasn't my abs.
Oh,
your abs.
It wasn't my abs. Not this time.
Did you shave them in?
2 years ago. Oof. What a conundrum they caused. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. I'll tell you what it was next.
Happy start of the holiday season that feels like it will never end day. Only 25 more shopping days left until the after Christmas sales. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Our heaviest traffic continues eastbound on I-4 out of Polk County from U.S. Highway 27 to 429. It's slow too still between U.S. 192 and Sand Lake Road. We're seeing westbound delays continue between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, as well as between the Beach Line and State Road 535. The 408 up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige.
This report is sponsored by Kin Insurance. Orlando weather can be unpredictable, so your home insurance company should be ready for anything. Kin Insurance makes getting great insurance easy and affordable. Experience home insurance where you're not just family, you're kin. Get a quote in minutes at kin.com.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is vital that you have an AC company that can take care of you every single time, and that's why I suggest Mills Air. Love these guys. You will as well. They've been doing it since 92. 30-plus years of experience here in Central Florida, keeping you nice and cool. Their techs, awesome people, nice people, and knowledgeable people. That means your AC is going to get fixed first time. They have the parts on the truck to make that happen for sure. Not to mention, they're Carrier Factory Authorized dealers, and that means up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand-new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. They're family-owned and operated and ready to help you today. Call, schedule your appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Online, easy. It's millsair.com.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it.
especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, this is RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right now, I'm paying over appraised value for any car. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $6,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Save big and get more. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. So come into my fourth quarter catch-up sale today. I'm RC Hill and I'm your car dealer next door. Visit us at rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. New car pricing plus tax tag $8.99 admin fee. Dealer retains all rebates.
It's been said that good fences make good neighbors. Your friends at Fence Outlet couldn't agree more. Whatever style, whatever color, just share your ideas. And your friends at Fence Outlet will have the right application for you. For quality fences at the best prices, go to fenceoutlet.com.
License number C10252 and C10803.
Year, make, model, miles, average, rough, or clean. That's really all I need to know at GiveMeTheVin.com. Put in your license plate number, update your miles, tell me if it's a good one or a bad one. I'll put a number on it electronically and come back with a human being and firm it up. We'll give you a check on Bank of America. The money is good as gold. We'll pay off your payoff or pay you straight. GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear. Sell your used or junk car today. 800-962 cars. It's the quick and easy way. 800-962 cars. You will get top dollar pay. 800-962 cars. So sell your vehicle today. 800-962 cars. If it doesn't run, we'll pick it up. 800-962 cars. 962 cars.
IDC's taking Black Friday weekend to a whole new level this year with free Yeti coolers, free portable massagers, and even free furniture. That's right! When you buy anything at IDC this weekend, we'll give you one of the season's hottest gifts absolutely free. For example, spend just $599 on a great piece of jewelry, and we'll give you a Theragun Mini portable massager free. Spend $999 and we'll give you a free stress-relieving weighted blanket from Barabee. The more you spend on jewelry, the bigger the free gift. How about a Yeti Rode 48 cooler on wheels? Yours free when you spend $1,999 this weekend. And if you spend $3,999 on an exquisite piece of jewelry, you will walk away with an $800 gift card to use at Ashley Furniture. It's this weekend only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Buy that holiday jewelry at IDC and get a free gift ranging from $50 to $800 in value. Only at International Diamond Center. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Conn's Black Friday doorbuster deals are too good to miss. Save up to 50% on doorbusters across the store. 50% off the Blair sofa. 50% off the Spartan Motion sofa. 50% off a Samsung 28 cubic foot 4-door fridge door refrigerator. Get a 70-inch LG 4K TV for only $499.99. These amazing doorbuster deals start online Thursday and at your local Conn's on Friday. Visit us in-store or at cons.com.
Hi, are you ready to start the season with savings at IKEA?
Ooh, I am. I've got my 3 shopping lists right here. One for home, one for gifts, and one for treating myself.
We can help you check off all 3 with lots of offers going all week. IKEA family members can save on all kinds of products, from bakeware to holiday lighting to rugs and more.
List number 1, here we go.
Visit IKEA to save today. Offer valid 11/24 to 11/28/22. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com/Black Friday for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Jack was just saying you guys had a monster week for the keywords last week, huh?
Yeah, we finished strong. So we finished with 12 winners, which was one away from the top station at 13. We had 12, so we're number 2 in the company. Nationwide contest. 6 of the 12 winners were listeners of the Jim Colbert Show.
Wow, look at that.
And 3 of those were all the 3 o'clock keyword.
Wow.
But we finished, Deb during Friday's show said, come on, we want one more, and we got one more. We got
How awesome is that?
the
That's so
6
great.
o'clock winner on Friday night. So $12,000 going out to listeners of Real Radio.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Didn't we have like 3 winners just last week?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. All right, here's the thing I was going to tell you guys about
Yeah,
the
incident on the cruise ship that made national news.
Yeah,
Dish.
so they had their own language on these ships, right? If you are
Esperanto?
if you're in the casino and you ask for bar service, they don't yell for the bar. They go. They make kissy sounds to the serving staff.
Really?
That's how they get people. That's how they get a server to come over to their table or their machine or whatever. They'll make a kissy sound, and you learned through the ship that there is a language that the people who work on the ship kind of have, that they can signal each other, and if a guest is doing something or if a guest needs to be helped or whatever, they have a signal.
They communicate like dolphins?
Yeah.
That's a weird week of training.
Yeah, no doubt.
They pop in.
No,
squeak.
it's one.
Yeah.
No, not like it.
Yeah, it's not. So we're sitting. We're out somewhere, just hanging out, and we hear code Alpha, 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 8 deck, Alpha, 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 8 deck. And we couldn't figure out what that was because we knew some of the thing. There was another code that we knew was like something. It was we thought it was a fire, right? Because as we started looking up and it said Alpha was a fire, like as if there was a fire, and we had heard through the grapevine that there was a small fire in the steak restaurant.
Oh,
right. But it turns out that's not the case at all. What happened was, and I found out that night. Playing at the Hold'em table, one of the ladies was a regular cruiser, and she knew, she knows the language and knows who to ask to get the information or whatever. And she said, no, a crew member committed suicide while on the ship. And we were freaking out a little bit because we didn't know. You're like, wow, what? I mean, how do you even handle that? We know there's a jail on the ship if you get out of control.
Right.
There's a couple holding cells. They can put you in a holding cell until you either sober up or, until they can get you to where you got to go to send you back home or whatever, right? At your cost, by the way. But what happened, the story is that the person involved had asked for a leave because they were having some personal problems back at their home. And that person was, I think it's a he, was denied. So you're on a ship, you sign a contract to be on that ship and do that job. I guess he'd gotten some word that something was going down in his home. I'm not even sure where it was. I want to say it was South America, but I'm not 100. So, and then we find out that after being told no, the person took their own life.
That's so sad.
It is sad, and it was terrible. And the first thing I thought about after that, of course, is the idea of feeling trapped on one of those things and not having an answer to get out. I mean, what are you going to do? You're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. You can't just go, you can't order a chopper to come get you, or anything like that. You're just out there, right? So you just got to deal with it, I guess.
I mean, so many people, they're claustrophobic. But I think there's got to be a different type of phobia of being on a big place, but for a long period of time.
Right? Yeah. You're not stuck there. I mean,
yeah,
you are.
You can't go home,
but you're going to be on land in 2 hours. And theoretically, if you had the means, you could get a flight out of St. Martin to a place where you could get another flight. I guess you could fly to the Bahamas and then from the Bahamas fly anywhere. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know if anybody on a cruise ship could even afford that option.
I'm surprised you don't feel this way a little bit when you were on the cruise ship.
No, I don't have that at all. I mean, I'm preparing myself to get on it.
But here's the thing. You're also someone who's very adamant about driving.
Yeah.
I will never drive you anywhere. Jack will never drive you anywhere. You want to be the one driving because you want to have the ability to leave at any moment.
In case something happens, right?
In case something happens.
And that goes back to an incident when I was a kid that happened with my grandmother that I told myself I would never, ever be in a situation where I couldn't leave if I had to take care of something. And for the most part, I've done that. But in this situation, I guess I would be stuck as just like that. If something happened when I was on the ship, I would just have to make arrangements when I got to the first port to get out.
Yeah.
But that's what you'd have to do. But if you work there, it's a totally different machine. And that's why I was hoping Ray was going to be in today because, I don't know anything about maritime law. Like, I don't know anything about what cruise ships have to adhere to with that. I mean, if you're an employee there, what they have to or not do. I don't know what kind of rights you have.
He was a Brazilian male crew member who was working as a galley steward.
Yeah. So he would have been working in the restaurants.
Jim, I'm glad you asked because I subscribe to Cruise Law News.
Awesome, good.
And over a 4-year period, about 10 years ago, there were over 13 deaths of ship members who went over the railing and whatnot. And there's been calls for them, and Royal Caribbean, just one of many cruise lines, but to have a psychologist or some type of therapist on board for cruise members when you have all of these people and you're dealing with this all the time. And
well, the reason why they're able to, I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything about Royal Caribbean. I know they run a great cruise ship. I don't know anything about the business. Yeah. I just know that the cabin was great, the ship was fun, and the parking was an issue, and my door whistled a little bit because it wasn't sealing right. Outside of that, the ship was pretty darn awesome, and the staff was amazingly good. But I can't imagine that wouldn't be in place or is not going to be in place soon. Well, because they're able to really shut a lot of this down. I mean, if it wasn't for the internet, chances are you wouldn't have known this would happen or it wouldn't have gotten out. But people were already tweeting and texting their friends, and it made news immediately. It was in the news that afternoon. Pre-internet, I don't know if you really find out about a lot of people who die on cruise ships that are crew members. I don't know if that's information they want out there that's not even possible. We know that with Disney, you can't even trip and fall on Disney property without them dragging you in the back.
They don't want anything that could be perceived as negative against the industry or the specific line. I'm really curious, how'd you handle this whistling door?
Oh, man, I had to shove this is the only complaint we're going to make about this ship all week. It's the only thing we're going to say everything positive. The only actual complaint is the doors, if you have a balcony, they seal. They have a thing that pulls them tight and seals them.
Nice flex, bro.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
Nice flex.
It doesn't matter.
It's the best.
Half
man.
the rooms are balconies. So I mean,
it's the only way to go.
Yeah.
The only way to go.
But when it doesn't seal, when we ran into a couple storms, it would blow into the porch area and create this howling, whistling sound all night.
Welcome to my world of tinnitus.
All night. So we figured out how to stuff some towels in there to make them seal up. And there are other people complaining about it as well. So I guess it's a situation on that.
So glad Armando could leave you that folded swan that you can just break apart and throw in the door jamb.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Armando.
Oh, and by the way, going back to the entertainment thing, I got into not an argument, but a discussion.
Oh, boy.
And you're a person I can ask about this because not only have you done this, but I think your brother for sure has done this. Your brother's busked before, right?
Yeah. We had a 2-person act.
Like a little busking act that you guys toured around with?
Yeah, he would make a beat, and then I would just rap over it and just target rhyme what people were wearing.
Got it, right? So they have this little Irish pub there, and we were in the Irish pub one night watching this guy play, and he was an Irish guy playing guitar, doing, brown-eyed girl and stuff like that. Stuff you play in pubs when people are drinking beer. And as he announced, it was like next to his last song, so everybody was, looking for a few tip bucks. He has his tip jar out there, and it wasn't like remarkably full, but there's a few bucks in there, right? So I pulled out $1, and I go to get up, and the person that we're with says, "What are you doing?" And so I'm going to go up there and give him $1. He goes, $1? I said, "Yeah, I'm going to throw him $1." Well, why would you even give him $1? I'm like, are you kidding? I'm just giving him $1. I mean, he's a busker. I give him, and plus he's paid to be here quite well, I'm sure. And on top of this, plus this is one of 20 shows he's going to play this week. I'm going to throw him $1. I'll throw him another $1 if I see him later. Maybe another $1. I didn't have. That's all I had on me. Right? I mean, and they were offended that I was only going to tip this. I looked at her and I said, "Hey, just so you know, I know a lot of people have done this for a really long time, played guitar for their money into their thing. I know people who do this, a lot of them." And they're appreciative of every dime they get. I mean, I don't think that they're going to think my $1 is an insult. Is that wrong?
Well, it's not 1980 anymore, right?
I know it's not 1980, but that's all I had on me. What she thought was that I should go back to my room and get more money or just borrow it and put a $5 or more in there because she said $1 was an insult. I'm like, it's not an insult. I mean, it's not the greatest tip in the world, but it's all I had on me.
The answer is you're completely fine.
Yes, because everybody, I said, when you stand up there, anybody who throws something into that pot is something more they had than when they got there that night.
But it also shows other people, it's okay to walk up and give them money.
Yes, it sure is.
The whole reason why I am completely 2 thumbs up to $1 for an act on a cruise ship that's doing multiple shows and all that is the whole idea isn't for somebody to give you $20.
Right, yeah.
The whole idea is to get 20 people to give you $1.
Or 100 people to give you $1.
Exactly. Like you're trying to, if everybody throws down $1, then everyone wins.
And if I give you $20 on Monday night, what do you think my chances are tipping you for the rest of that cruise? None. I've given you $20. And most of you would be like, okay, well, most people are going to throw down $20. And then the other thing is, I said, you don't think this guy's going to remember you, right? Like for tipping. I mean, if you give him $20, he's not going to single you out on the boat and thank you for that. You throw $1,000 in there, he may remember you.
And it's not like a bartender where you're going to get better service later in the cruise.
He's not going to sing it any better.
Now, I have a different reason for appreciating your $1 tip because it really points out I might not be the cheapest guy on the show.
And
thank you.
I told you 100 times it's all I had.
The irony is that if you don't pull out $1 to tip, you probably don't even have the conversation.
Yeah.
If you would have goose egged it, there's no conflict.
Right.
There's no confrontation.
Yeah,
exactly.
But because you pulled out $1, I'm with you on that one. The whole idea is to get everybody to throw down $1 or $2 or whatever they're willing to give.
And that's exactly what happened. And then right as that happened, I'll end with this. Right as that was happening, they were shutting down. It was his last song. So we all cleared out of the bar, and they don't make you leave. Just the entertainment was done, so we were all leaving. But there was a group of girls who were a part of these shows that we just saw, and they're all young. And I guess, they don't have to, they can drink on the ship and throw down. They had their sea passes and the whole 9 yards.
18 and up, right?
18
International waters.
That's right. So they were sitting there hanging out, and they were all in their dresses and all their garb and stuff. And everybody went out to the front of the bar where they have some more seats to kind of just hang out there. And the guy came back and started playing again. And the girls were up and dancing and, and having a good time. I was like, that's the party.
Right.
That's the party. You want to be part of the crew party. That's when it gets loose. That's when but of course, I turned around as if to say, oh, yeah, it's back. And he goes, no, man, just a sound check. I'm like, bull S.
Right.
You're playing for those girls, and you would love to keep this thing going all night long, which would have been great because he was really good and very talented. But, the crew parties have to be good.
Yeah, and that $1 spends a little differently in the crew lounge, which is separate, where the prices are a little cheaper.
Yeah, 100. All right, 407-916-1041. Back with Brandon Kravitz right after this.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're still looking at a stop-and-go ride eastbound on I-4 between U.S. Highway 27 and 429. It's slow, too, between U.S. 192 and Sand Lake Road. Westbound travel on I-4 heavy between the Beach Line and State Road 535, and also between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. No reported issues on the Turnpike. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show. The Central Florida International Auto Show is the ultimate mobility experience with hundreds of vehicles for you to see. The Central Florida International Auto Show, December 2nd through the 4th at the Orange County Convention Center. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by the Original Mattress Factory.
Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. Right now, I'm paying over appraised value for any car. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $6,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Save big and get more. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. So come into my fourth quarter catch-up sale today. I'm R.C. Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. Visit us at rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. New car pricing plus tax tag $8.99 admin fee. Dealer retains all rebates.
O'Reilly. Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for 10 years or 300,000 miles with Peak Long Life Universal Pre-Mixed Antifreeze and Coolant. Now just $3.99 after mail-in rebate. Limits apply. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly.
Auto Parts.
Jurassic World Live Tour. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs roar to life. Coming to Amway Center January 13th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com and make no payments until March 2023 with approved credit and get $500 in free gas or diesel fuel with any purchase. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
Get ready for Thanksgiving at Tools Ace Hardware. If you want to entertain outdoors this holiday season, we've got everything you need to be the perfect host. How about a brand new Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, or Napoleon grill just in time for Thanksgiving? Plus, Hollywood outdoor furniture is perfect for all your outdoor gatherings. Tools Ace even has fire pits, firewood, patio heaters, and propane to keep everyone warm when the temperature drops. Get it all assembled and delivered for free when you spend $3.99 or more on grills or patio furniture. Visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations, including our new location, now open in South Claremont on the corner of Highway 27 and Hartwood Marsh. Or shop online at toolsacehardware.com.
Todd is in love.
Sarah, I've never felt this way before.
But he's about to find out that sometimes when you chase after love,
I'm moving to Paris.
you've got to step on the gas. Because this isn't your classic holiday rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad.
Wait, what?
Featuring a powerful performance by Nissan Rogue.
Oh, come on.
Todd?
I'm coming with you.
Now get $500 holiday bonus cash on select models.
Get your heart racing at Nissan's Thrill of the Drive event.
Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com.
Don't let true love or these offers slip away.
$500 bonus cash available on 2022 Altima, Armada, Frontier, Murano, Pathfinder, and Rogue. Available on lease and purchase. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. See dealer for details. Subject to residency restrictions. Ends November 30th, 2022.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Justin $100,000.
Well, I was in a motorcycle accident, unfortunately. You guys were able to get me set on my feet to where I don't have to worry as much about finances. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
At a time when others are charging more, Bill Ray Nissan is charging less because they do business the right way. Get $2,500 off a Nissan Murano 2023 and drive it home today. Bill Ray Nissan on 1792. See dealer for full program details. BillRayNissan.com.
Dunkin' Rewards members, your Mondays just got a little bit better because now on Mondays through November 28th, only Rewards members get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Join Dunkin' Rewards today. America runs on Dunkin'. One per member per Monday. Exclusions, additional charges, and terms apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Save big and win cash this Black Friday at Shoe Carnival. Doors open 7 a.m. on Black Friday at Shoe Carnival. Be one of the first 100 customers in line for your chance to win up to $1,000 and get a free wheel spin to win cash cards and extra savings. Score great doorbuster deals like $19.98 boots and $39.98 athletics until 1 p.m. Plus, all weekend long, get great deals on the hottest brands for the whole family like Doc Martens, Nike, Hey Dude, Crocs, and more. Black Friday at Shoe Carnival. Visit shoecarnival.com for more details.
The podcast, The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham, is a moving and inspiring biblical audio experience that will help you master wisdom from the world's greatest book. In each episode, you'll learn to apply biblical principles to everyday life.
Each cinematic episode is a journey through the Bible's most profound stories that will strengthen your appreciation of the Word and inspire you to keep learning.
Listen to The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh, baby. Killer. All the girls see the. Look at his kicks. Look at his car. All I say is.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Check us out online, JimColbertLive.com. By the way, we have something ending there, right? Tonight at 6 o'clock, the bids for the golf package with myself and Ross and the magnet package from the News Junkie comes to an end tonight at 6.
6:30 is the end of the auction, and right now there's still time to bid. If you go to JimColbertLive.com, click on the logo for the mustard seed because they're the ones who are going to benefit from this, and it's a great organization.
Right on.
But these are one-of-a-kind rare items, and you can get all the details at JimColbertLive.com.
Round of golf plus a bunch of other stuff that one dude bailed on at the poker tournament. What a douchebag, by the way. If you're listening, you're a douchebag. I mean, you're the worst of the worst if you're listening, dude. You came up there and you big D'd it like you were some baller, and then you peed out like a chump. You're a chump. What a chump. Anyway.
I don't know how you feel about this sort of situation.
Well, you know, I'm just glad it wasn't for a charity that helps people who've lost everything that some douchebag would do that to. What a loser, dude. The worst. Never come up to me again. Anyway, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. And, of course, every Monday we do sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz at 420. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to your audience. My apologies. God almighty. I get so angry when people do stupid stuff like that. It's so disrespectful.
Honestly, I don't think it matters what format you're listening to. Anytime someone's that irate about anything, it's entertaining.
Okay, good. I appreciate
You're right.
that.
Yeah, that's what got them the big bucks. Anger, rage, and hate.
I'm irate about a lot.
Not hate.
Not
That's wrong.
hate. Yeah.
Just anger and rage.
Okay, yeah.
Take that last one off. I won't have
Shut
that.
your mouth, Ross.
Yeah. I hate you.
Yeah, I'd never say that. I love you, buddy. I would hit you, though. So we have a lot of stuff happening. Of course, NFL, UCF had an interesting weekend.
Yeah. Wow.
I blame Jack.
Where do you even start? Where do you even start with that, for real?
11 o'clock in the morning is how you start.
Yeah.
And that's not an excuse. I'm not saying, well, let's let them off the hook here because of it. But I think the tea leaves were there. One of my big bold picks going into the weekend was UCF was a 16-point favorite in this game.
Oh,
and I'm
my
like, there's
God.
no way they're covering this spread. Think about all that is going into this situation for UCF. Coming off of the 3 biggest games of their season, Cincinnati felt huge. Then Memphis, they always have tough games with Tulane,
right? Yeah.
The biggest game then the newest biggest game of the season, and then you come back home. Whether it's the TV networks or the conference or the combination of the two, they schedule UCF for 11 o'clock, which is an hour before even the earliest games usually get started. So I don't know if they're trying to stick it to UCF on their way out of the American Athletic Conference, as some have speculated. Would make sense. And you go up against a Navy team that's not very good. However, their style of football, you've got to be ready for it. You've got to be alert. They play triple option. They play like, have you ever seen
Like
those...
the wishbone back in the day or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you have there how many passing yards they had in that game?
That would be 0, Jack. Thank you
Zero
for asking.
passing yards.
They don't throw the football. They attempted one pass. They didn't complete it, and they won the game. And in fact, Navy, when they're able to play that style of game, are incredibly dangerous. Their head coach is 8-1 since he's been coaching Navy when they attempt or complete 0 passes. They're 8-1 in those games. So they play that triple option, and they just run the ball at their quarterback, multiple running backs, and you never know you never know who's carrying the ball. They have incredible blocking.
It's like a shell game.
They make it really tough. So UCF team that's so used to going up against what's become traditional college football, it's a completely different practice leading up to these games. You have to be really fundamentally sound with your tackling. You've got to know what your gap assignments are on defense and all of this kind of stuff.
You would think with no downfield threat, you bring the corners up, you put them 10 yards behind the line and just realize they're not going to throw it. Just shut everything down. How does that?
Yeah, they did.
They tried.
Yeah. They said their 2 corners were back about 10 off the ball, and they couldn't stop them. Best part of that game, even though it was an 11 o'clock start, they were still serving beer in the stand. So,
good for them. Good.
This is no.
I think it
made it more tolerable.
For me, it comes down to coaching. That is at the end of the day when you're playing against a team that's unique. You got to have a specific game plan for. Throw out everything that you did prior to this, and then you got to be ready for it. I don't think Gus Malzahn had his team ready. I think the quarterback situation was completely mishandled. John Rice Plumlee has been this sort of back and forth. Plumlee was healthy. He played great against Tulane. I mean, he ran for like 178 yards in that game. He was incredible. Then they go into this game against Navy, and all of a sudden you kind of notice he's not running the ball as much as he usually does. That's his threat. He's not a great passer, but he's a good runner football. They kind of want to do like a more modern version of what Navy does. And then he ends up getting pulled at the end of the first half. After the game, Gus Malzahn goes, yeah, he had a shoulder injury. Okay, why was he playing in the first place then? I don't understand that. Never mind the fact that you've got a quarterback that specializes in running the football, that doesn't really throw the ball all that well. Going up against the Navy defense, that's the other strength of their team. Clearly they run the ball well. They also defend the run really well, but they're susceptible to the pass. So put the guy out there that knows how to throw the football, and it was evident the first drive of the second half. Mikey Keene right down the field, touchdown. And then, Navy gets the ball back. They salt so much time off the clock with the way they play the game.
That other style.
Your offense gets no rhythm whatsoever. And by the time you get to the fourth quarter and you realize you've been dragged into the mud.
Your defense is gassed.
And you know how it goes. You're expected to win. Now that's the team that's in their head. Navy's playing free football. So that's what happened. And now UCF, really what the crux of all of this is what's the fallout.
And they were the 17th ranked team in the nation going into this game, were they not?
They were 20th.
20th. Oh, they lost to East Carolina the week before?
East Carolina. They had lost to East Carolina and a loss to Louisville early in the season, and now lost to Navy. So they're still in the AP top 25. The college football playoff ranking comes out tomorrow night. We'll see if they're still in that.
That's a really bad loss, though.
Oh, it's awful because
it was one of the
UCF,
worst, right?
Here's the problem, and this is what it comes down to, and then we can move on, is that UCF was in position to host the conference championship game. They're now no longer going to do that. That's guaranteed no matter what happens against USF next Saturday. But now they need all kinds of weird stuff to happen outside of their control in order to even get back to the title game to begin with, which means they're not going to enter to the biggest bowl game possible. At the end of the day, does it matter that much? They are still going to the Big 12 next year, so that's where your focus should be if you're a UCF fan. But in the here and now, you live in the moment, it sucks.
But you'd like to roll in there. You don't want to limp in there. You don't want to limp in there with a loss like that. You want to roll into the Big 12 like that.
It's never good to lose to a military branch.
Yeah. Well,
and then it's like, do you even get upset at them? You're like, thanks, guys, for beating us in your service.
All right, NFL. Florida teams off this week. No Bucks, no Dolphins, no Jags. What happened in the NFL that was fun outside of Florida this week?
I thought it was fun watching what Dallas did to Minnesota.
Oh, they destroyed them. I watched that game last night. It was gross.
And you kind of got the feeling
it was so bad they cut away from the game.
Yeah, well, they should have. I mean, I honestly believe that at that point, you get to the fourth quarter, I think we should just call it.
Right? Yeah.
It's 40-3. What are we doing? Right. I don't need to see any more of this. It's like in a boxing match. Like if one guy is just laid out on the floor doing the ABCs backwards, we're not saying, all right, let's keep this going. And that's kind of what it felt like.
I thought Minnesota was pretty good. I mean, they got boat race by a Dallas team that is like on a teeter-totter. You never know what Dallas team is going to show up every week.
This is why I love the NFL, Jim. That's why I pointed this game out, because this is the beauty of it. You think you know what's going on, and then the reverse happens. I think that Minnesota has been teetering on a game like this for weeks, but you really wouldn't be able to tell unless you looked closely.
Right, yeah.
Look at what happened last week in order for them to beat the Buffalo Bills.
Small miracle.
They needed like 7 miracles in that game in order to win against Buffalo, who has a quarterback that has clearly a shoulder issue right now that he's trying to play through. And so for a team like that, you had like the greatest catch I'd ever seen for Justin Jefferson on a 4th and 18. Who's converting 4th and 18s? Never mind with the play that Justin Jefferson, if you haven't seen the highlight yet, stop what you're doing right now and go find it. And then they had Buffalo was going to kneel on the football. Josh Allen fumbled. Who fumbles on an opportunity to kneel and end the game? It never happens. So this kind of stuff for Minnesota to win.
Joe Pisarcik?
It sounds like an SNL sketch.
And then so Dallas, so what happens with Dallas? Dallas is dominating Green Bay for 3 quarters last week, and then Green Bay has the quarter of the season. But Dallas is the better team. They just lost the game. Now you go in. Who's pissed off? Dallas. Who thinks that their ish doesn't stink? Minnesota. That's how you get blown out in the NFL.
That's
exactly what happened in that game.
And they couldn't do anything wrong. Everything Dallas did worked. Every pass that guy threw in the air magically was. I mean, it was just they were on one. There's no other way to say it.
I love teams coming off of losses because you know that their practices are more physical. They're more focused. Everybody is upset at the result from a week ago.
Right.
And that's the human condition, is these teams that are rolling that just have all the confidence in the world. It looks like they can't be beat. But what happens is you let your foot off the gas a little bit.
I mean, exactly. I mean, even the game last night, did you expect that Kansas City Chargers game to be that good?
They always play close games like that.
God,
Absolutely,
that was such a good ball game.
So I looked at their last 3 games against each other, I guess now their last, I think it was the last 3, have been decided either by a field goal or went to overtime and was decided by a touchdown in overtime. So this is what they do.
And back to college real quick, because I have to. Did you see the end of the TCU game?
Oh yeah. Oh God, game of the day.
Unbelievable was that? Like, I'm watching that. I'm sitting there on the ship, and it just happened to be on a TV that we were near, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I was like, oh my God, why would they run that play? Why did they do that? Then here comes they were barely set, and the guy hiked, snap, boom, set it down, 45-yarder to win. It was just the most amazing. I mean, the people who are calling that game didn't even know what to say afterwards.
Yeah, I think they're so in that the final play from TCU, they're down by 2 points. They need a field goal in order to win this game. They get in position where they can put their kicker in a position where he can make the kick. The problem is there's like 17 seconds on the clock.
No timeouts.
And so I'm thinking they're going to rush up. They're going to rush up to the line, and they're going to try and spike it. And I'm not even sure if they have enough time to do that. They brought out their field goal kicking unit. And I'm shocked that they had enough time to get it off. And I don't know, maybe it helps the kicker in that situation, because rather than sitting there and thinking about it, this guy literally went from sprinting out onto the field to kicking the football.
He barely stopped running to get on the field enough to get set to kick the field goal. And I would guess it would be easier because, nobody's expecting a bunch. You just stopped running.
Yeah, and it's not like the opposition has time to get set and try and block the kick. And, that was it was a crazy ending. TCU is the most resilient team in the country. They have come back from down multiple scores in pretty much every game they've played over the last month plus. I really hope that team makes it to the college football playoff because they deserve it. They've been a joy to watch. And for the record, that game, bring it back local, Baylor, TCU, these are the type of games that UCF is going to be in as early as next season.
That's right.
Big 12 football is really, really good.
Baylor look good.
I'm so excited to see UCF take on teams like this every week.
And I can't leave college football without saying that Florida lost to Vanderbilt, and it made my entire day. Because I think right up there with Ohio State fans and Gator fans are some of the most obnoxious people on planet Earth. And to see them lose to the dregs of the SEC. Vanderbilt, I remember when I was coming up, I was growing up, that Vandy was just like it was like Northwestern. It was a laughing stock. If they won one game a season, it would be a fluke against the second worst team in the league. And they beat Florida, and I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, God, man, it's like a time machine. Like, who in a million years could think that Vanderbilt would ever even come close to beating Florida?
It's a weird situation.
They beat them. It wasn't even close. I beat the hell out of them.
And this has been, for the most part, a very Vandy-like season. They're still bad, but these last 2 weeks, they beat Kentucky, and Kentucky's halfway decent,
right?
And they beat Florida. So it took them a long time to get there, but it seems like Vandy's actually figured something out. That's a halfway decent football team if you just look at the sample size of 2 weeks. The Gators, I just say, you know what? Their season's a wash. I think they have a decent head coach. He's recruiting really well, is Billy Napier. It's just he's got to get his. I'm going to use the old cliche. He's got to get his guys.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't have enough talent.
Let's end it up with World Cup. Obviously, the biggest sports event happening in the world right now is World Cup. There's a lot of controversy around it. Let's steer clear of that and talk about some of the play. USA teed it up today with Wales. Yesterday was the opening match, Ecuador versus Qatar. Ecuador wins 2-0, and everybody from Qatar said, this is no fun, and they bailed. $1 billion stadium built on the backs of people who probably didn't get paid for it. But
are they ever going to use this again? Or are these stadiums just for this event?
I don't know.
Then they'll knock them down.
Unbelievable.
God.
Genuinely unbelievable.
What kills me is about all the stadiums, they're all like really close to each other.
Yeah, they're right next to each other.
They are walking distance if you have any bit of a, 2% cardio bone in you. They are so close, which is kind of the number one go-to move of a stadium. You don't build a lot of them close to each other. And they've got like 6.
Keeping them.
They've got like 6 right next to each other.
So, obviously, let's don't say the score, but the game between USA and Wales is over. And I don't know who is the favorite going in, Ross.
That's going to be either Brazil or Argentina.
Got it.
Both. Yeah, he nailed it. Brazil is a heavy betting favorite, followed by Argentina. But just looking at the odds, the odds makers have the smallest return you get is Brazil by a decent margin.
Okay, and Argentina has Messi right there. Is that he plays for them?
It's his last dance.
And
this is it.
Portugal has Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
But they're all who are the two other real big players in the game right now?
What'd you say? Harry Kane? Is he still?
Yeah. Harry Kane. He played today.
And Pele.
Shut up, Jack.
Yeah, no, Harry Kane. I mean, here's the cool thing about the World Cup
like
is
a
that
porn name.
you get familiar with each national team, and then usually there's always one bona fide stud on each team. Wales has Gareth Bale. Senegal, even though he's out, they had Sadio Mane. They have Koulibaly. They have even when the country
making up these names.
Yeah,
right now.
even when the country is small,
These are all dishes that I had last night.
they're all massive stars, in their country. Maybe only one or two stars, but still a very big reason why they are in the tournament.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this yesterday. The two big stars in soccer for me for the last 15 years or 10 years, whatever, have of course been Messi and Ronaldo, or Messi and Ronaldo. Those are the only names you really hear in soccer as an American. For me, as someone who's not invested, I don't even know who those new stars are going to be, but it's interesting to hear some of those names that you're looking out for.
That's probably maybe the most exciting part of the World Cup, because every World Cup that has ever happened in my life, there's always one breakout star that all of a sudden the big teams in the world want to pay an insane amount of money. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see who that big star is out of the tournament.
The World Cup is incredible. I am not the biggest soccer fan in the world. You guys probably know that.
Right.
But every 4 years, Ross is. Every 4 years, I get up for this event. This year, it does feel like it is diminished for me, which is unfortunate because Team USA is actually involved.
Right.
Part of that is the timing. I mean, November is as hectic a sports calendar as I'll see all year long, and so that has a lot to do with it. And then how can you not be put off with who's hosting the event and FIFA, and it just all feels so gross.
Yeah,
So I'll just sit back and I'll do the sports fan thing, and I'll put my blinders on and I'll just watch the soccer and you enjoy it for what it is, because the fans get really into it. It's a huge deal. Every second of a World Cup match feels like it's the most important thing that's ever happened, and just for that, it's the reason why it's hard not to get enthralled.
What's the next big match? Feature teams that will be the first premier match between two. When does that happen?
Ooh, that's a close one. I mean, Argentina plays tomorrow at 4 a.m, but they're playing against, I think, Saudi Arabia or something. But you're not going to have too many massive,
until we get down the road.
Until we get a little bit down the road. Yeah.
There's I think Germany has one. The group that they're in. I'm failing to remember who it is, but I think for us it's the 25th. It's USA versus England.
Oh, yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah.
Very, very important. A lot of storylines too. That our biggest, most famous player for USA, and Christian Pulisic, he plays over in England, so he knows a lot of those people over on that starting 11 for the Three Lions.
I want to see some fighting.
Oh, you might. You're gonna see some chippiness. But to your point, Brandon, you're saying it's you got to put on the blinders. Here's the thing: people should have raised hell 12 years ago when this was announced. This is not really the time to go ahead and go, what's wrong with them? This is old news. Yeah. We've known that this tournament was going to be held there, and I think everybody...
It was a big sting when they even pitched it, right?
Well, it was a bigger sting when it was accepted and that the bid was officially announced.
There was an uproar
tough.
and it died down, but it definitely got worse when they said no beer sales.
Right. I mean, I'm not.
That's when you get Americans pissed.
I'm not sitting here saying I'm boycotting the World Cup or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just it doesn't feel like.
I thought about it on my drive-in today, honestly, and then it was on. I'm like, oh, look, Team USA, I got to watch.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. They should all be held here, okay? That's the last thing I'll say.
You think all of them in America?
They should all be. We have the infrastructure for it. We have hotels set up for those that travel in. All of them.
2026, man, it's going down.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen.
They should all be held here.
Because everybody wants a little piece of that pie.
You can avoid that crap in the Middle East. They should all be held in America.
There you go.
We've got
I'm
it.
with
We
you.
got the stadium. We have the stadiums for it. We have the
right.
hotels for it. We have the transportation for it. We have the food for it.
Tapas bars.
We're pleasant to women, and children.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, you're good. Let's get
All
you
right.
out of here. There he is, Brandon Kravitz, every single Monday with sports. You can hear him every day, 96.9 The Game. That's where he does it from 3 until 6.
I'm a real patriot.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect a mix of sun and clouds today, a few passing showers a little bit later this afternoon, then shower coverage with a chance for a lightning strike or two will be on the rise for your Tuesday. Afternoon highs will be back to the low 90s this week, and actually our warmest day of the week will be on Thanksgiving with the high of 77 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Rude Air Conditioners.
Rude Air Conditioners, engineered tough, built to last, dependability day after day, year after year. Rely on Rude. Find your Rude Pro Partner contractor at RudeACFlorida.com. RudeACFlorida.com.
IDC's taking Black Friday weekend to a whole new level this year with free Yeti coolers, free portable massagers, and even free furniture. That's right! When you buy anything at IDC this weekend, we'll give you one of the season's hottest gifts absolutely free. For example, spend just $599 on a great piece of jewelry, and we'll give you a Theragun mini portable massager free. Spend $999 and we'll give you a free stress-relieving weighted blanket from Barabee. The more you spend on jewelry, the bigger the free gift. How about a Yeti Rode 48 cooler on wheels? Yours free when you spend $1,999 this weekend. And if you spend $3,999 on an exquisite piece of jewelry, you will walk away with an $800 gift card to use at Ashley Furniture. It's this weekend only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Buy that holiday jewelry at IDC and get a free gift ranging from $50 to $800 in value. Only at International Diamond Center. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
The money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Attention passengers, this is your pilot speaking. Looks like we're gonna have to land immediately. And hurry to the Xfinity Black Friday sale. Folks, we've got clear skies and lots of binge watching ahead. Stream your heart out when you get the ultimate streamer setup. We'll be cruising in so new Xfinity customers can get 400 megabit internet with unlimited data and X-Fi Complete for just $55 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. And a free 4K streaming box included. Plus, for a limited time, get HBO Max included for 1 year. So, sit back and relax with internet made for streaming and access to classic favorites. Flight attendants, prepare for binge watching.
Drop everything and get to the Xfinity Black Friday sale now through December 5th. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Ad-supported plan of HBO Max. After promo, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Slow internet is nonsense. For fast internet, switch to Spectrum Business. Thousands of consumer-initiated tests confirm Spectrum delivers the fastest speed in the nation. That's right, Spectrum delivers the fastest internet speeds in the nation. Switch to Spectrum Business and get 600 megabit per second internet for your business. Only $49.99 a month when bundled. No hidden fees, no contracts, no nonsense. Just the fastest internet speeds in the nation. Visit business.spectrum.com/ultra. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Remember how 15 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, I used all those savings to buy that golf club that swings for you. But now everyone who plays golf is really good because, the club swings for you. In the future, which is now.
So switch to Progressive and save big because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-561-1201. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-561-1201. That's 800-561-1201. Again, 800-561-1201.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already.
Man, what a good song. Four 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Doesn't this make you just want to let the hair down, take the roof off the Miata and just hit a brisk 70?
Get it going downwind?
Yeah, get it going downwind.
Yeah.
Look at that red Miata go.
This guy's a maniac. So good, though. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross. What'd you guys do last week? I mean, kind of everything went well. I mean, I felt like I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. Like I was gone.
Oh, you missed Elixir food.
Okay, let me go. I'll go from guest host to guest host.
Yeah.
And you guys tell me where the highlights and the lowlights were. All right, Fryer. How did Bob Fryer do?
Well, you want to go in order? You have
Jamie King.
Jamie King on Monday night.
And I heard he did great.
Chief meteorologist for Fox 35. Highlight probably being during Ross Thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
What, any reason?
Yeah, well, Ross was talking about his sexual prowess in Hawaii.
Okay.
And how it kind of left him as he returned back to Florida.
Oh, wow.
His new wife was wondering where honeymoon Hawaii Ross was.
Yeah, so it was a fertile topic.
Okay.
Rich with innuendo.
Okay.
And Jamie King slid right into it and played along and had a really good time.
He let his hair down.
Having all of these guest hosts really put it in perspective of what I have been putting you three through for quite some time. You guys got used to it. I got used to you guys getting used to it.
Right.
Stockholm Syndrome.
And then all of a sudden,
On Tuesday, Bob Fryer was it.
The abuse is how he shows he loves me.
Yeah.
If only I wouldn't make that mistake.
Right,
He
right,
wouldn't
right.
get mad.
It was my turn to put the celebrity guest in an uncomfortable position because on Tuesday...
This is Bob Fryer?
Yes, this is Bob Fryer. Long time.
Okay, so Ross is laughing uncontrollably.
Yeah, because it's a bold move.
I ran into a bandmate of Bob Fryer a couple weeks prior.
Okay, so Bob plays it in a band called Simulcast.
Correct.
That he used to be in with one of the nicest people that ever worked in this business named Scott.
Scott McKenzie,
Scott
absolutely.
McKenzie from formerly of Mix 105's morning show, which was the
Oh,
dominant morning show for many, many years.
Yeah.
True mensch.
One of the sweetest dudes of all time.
Jimmy, you would have been so proud of your boy, Jack.
So also in that band Simulcast was guitar player Ben Van Hook. He's also a world-renowned professional photographer. I ran into him at an event. He found out that Bob was going to be on the show, and he gave me a bunch of background, let's call it.
Oh.
And so it turned out to be a segment of This Is Your Life with the most uncomfortable moments.
And you know P.A. McGee over there, he had that music locked and loaded.
I just kept dropping him on Bob.
So we're live on the air. Yeah, we're live on the air. Hey, Bob, did you ever play a corporate event? And the music's in the background, and Bob's like, I think... Oh.
What was the event?
Well, I mean, there was one where it was, I asked him as a piano player, and, I was really earnest and, inquisitive and wanted to know if he ever forgot the intro to a song as he started playing it. Meanwhile, as he starts to remember it, I play the song
that's great.
And then it just went story to story. And Bob
he's the greatest.
He's the greatest.
He's the
and
sweetest dude ever.
He went along with it. That's why I felt a little guilty.
Yeah. By the way, that guy's no joke, though, because, I've done live events with him where we're working together as a comedy team trying to raise money for charities, and Bob hangs quite well. No problems whatsoever.
Just listen to what Jack just said. He felt guilt. That's how hard
it
went.
Yeah. And I didn't even realize it.
He felt something.
Until Ross jumped in to try and share one of his most embarrassing moments. And I'm like, oh, I get what we're doing here. So then
Shaming our guest who came in.
Yeah, so I decided to share the soccer kick story.
Okay, good.
Which was one of my embarrassing moments.
Some levity there.
Deb threw one in as well, and so we all, it was one of those segments.
And then Maxwell was a shivering puppy all day?
He was fine all day. It was really, I think...
Once again, Ross thoughts. I'm so sorry, guys.
Ross thoughts. Ross thoughts for Maxwell.
Now, I do remember Maxwell's eyes being high plate big for the majority of the entire 4 hours he was here. We would say something and he'd be like...
Just waiting for the moment that he could go, okay, career just ended. It just ended right there. For that comment, I'm done.
Yeah, I sprung, we did a little impression off, which all four of us,
so
and let it be known, I don't like doing it. I just know that people like hearing us struggle and fail miserably.
Yeah, that's good.
Heroically bad impressions.
I'm with you on that one.
I find I'm bad. I don't have a breathy Maryland in me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But Scott got you, Jim.
He got me.
And he just kept saying balls over and over.
God almighty, balls.
Is that what I am?
Yeah.
Is that what I am?
Yeah.
Genuinely unbelievable balls.
Yeah.
Is that who I am to you people? Just a ball sayer? Is that all I am?
And also getting angry at nothing. So
yeah, exactly. It's genuinely unbelievable.
It's a real talent, Jack.
Yeah, he closed the show with that one. That was a beautiful moment.
All right, then Thursday was Brendan O'Connor. I predicted, I told my wife this, I predicted Brendan O'Connor would be the most difficult day. Because I would think that Brendan would want to get out there and have a lot of fun. It's just one opportunity to come on and stay for the entire day. And I thought he would be, I thought Brendan would be a little rambunctious on the show.
He was rambunctious on the show. So rambunctious he said he even farted in your chair.
He sat here?
Yeah.
All of them did.
Oh, we put them all there.
Oh, did you really?
The camera was set up.
Look at how this room is built, man.
And you're supposed to be here. You know what that means, right, Jim?
No, Deb never sits there.
I never sit
Ever.
there.
What?
You're gay now.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
When you sit in the fart gay chair?
Yeah.
He's like a Macy's Day balloon. You got it. You got to hold those tethers, man.
Okay.
You got to hold those tethers.
I understand what you're saying about Brendan O'Connor because he has that high energy, and you think it's like, whoa, this is going to be a ride.
No,
he was great the entire show,
Awesome.
but contributed on topics of substance and had some real poignant things to say, and did a fantastic job.
Very cool.
He was awesome.
And then you ended it up with Amy Drew Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel, food editor, food critic extraordinaire.
Absolutely.
Now, she seems to be, like, she came in for the first time last week.
Right.
So that's the first time she's been in studio. And for a lot of people, being in the studio is different than Zooming. You don't have the surroundings and the pomp and circumstance of the studio.
Well, and the vibe.
And the vibe, the whole 9 yards. So she seemed to handle it pretty well last week. How'd she do for the entire day?
She did great, but one of the highlights was the fact that she brought in a snack for us. I know we mentioned this before. And thanks to Sam Bowen, he just isolated the video, and we're going to put that up at Jim Colbert Live right now, of that segment where we got to eat. She brought in, it was ants
and crickets. Now, the biggest part of that segment, Jimmy, is that P.A. McGee over here, right? Mr. I just found salt.
Yeah.
I'm a foodie now, Deb.
Oh, God.
Seriously. He is, dude. He did the most ultimate test. He shot a cup of dried up ants.
Like just nothing else in there?
No, nothing else. A cup of dried ants.
Well, we were eating one, and she's like, you got to eat two. And then she was going to, Amy Drew Thompson was going to match what I was eating, so I went to 6, and then she went to 6. I'm like, oh, it's going to be like that.
And then he went to 7, and then she went to 7, and then we just decided that they had to toss them all back.
It was like that shots challenge in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly like that.
Exotic.
I didn't get the hand burn.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Were they
then,
good?
Actually, when you
go foodie.
When you chase it with some mezcal,
when you kill it with alcohol,
Yeah, it was surprisingly decent. Was it great? I'm not going to say
the
that.
crickets were tastier than the ants.
The ants had a little more of an earthy tone.
Yeah, they do.
An earthy profile.
I like the ants more than the crickets.
Did you? Really? I like the crickets because the crickets had a little bit of heat to them.
And it was the seasoning. But I know you're a little jealous. We saved some for you.
Yeah.
And we actually have.
Oh, come on.
Ants and crickets for you.
No.
And when we come back.
I missed that experience. I'm sorry, guys. I missed that experience.
You don't have to.
Yeah, we saved them for you.
It won't be the same. I mean, she's not
Sure
here.
it will.
I don't have the mezcal to chase it down with.
You and Jack could do shooter shots.
We should move on.
I have mezcal with me. Let's run it.
Awesome.
407-916. You travel with it, do you?
Always.
Never leaves home without it.
Get out the bugs.
So I do have an isolated video of us for that segment of the show where we were eating the bugs and stuff, and you can see that at Jim Colbert Live. That'll be up in 5 minutes.
Very cool. And I see that we have is that guy a real cruise ship director, by the way?
Yes.
All right, cool.
He's very excited to talk to you and answer all of our questions.
Do me a favor then. Tell him to hang loose. We'll go to break and come back, and at the top of the hour, we'll talk to Nick, the cruise ship director.
Cool.
Happy social experiment gone horribly wrong day.
Why isn't your girlfriend eating anything? She can't eat any of this because she's a vegetarian. Is that some kind of disorder? No, it means I know about this stuff. I've been watching a lot of I'm gonna get another drink.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Avoid northbound travel on the turnpike between 429 and Mineola. Construction causing major delays. The right lane is blocked through this stretch. Eastbound I-4 still a solid ride out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 to 429. No reported problems right now on the beach line. The 408, 417 looks good. See traffic problems? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Rude Air Conditioners.
Rude Air Conditioners, engineered tough, built to last, dependability day after day, year after year. Rely on Rude. Find your Rude Pro Partner contractor at rudeacflorida.com. RUUDACFlorida.com.
At a time when others are charging more, Bill Ray Nissan is charging less. Get $2,500 off a 2022 Nissan Maxima and drive it home today. Bill Ray Nissan on 1792. All prices plus tax, tag, title, and $899.95 dealer charge. $2,500 off is for a 2022 Nissan Maxima SV. 1N4AA6CV 2NC508851. MSRP $39,485 minus $2,500 dealer discount. $36,985 sale price. See dealer for details. BillRayNissan.com, where they do business the right way.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour.
Coming to Amway Center, January 13th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
The future of audio is here, and it's always free. Listen to what you want whenever you want.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Flatbed truck with lights, sounds, and 2 racing hot rods. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire 86,000 IRS agents. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Monitoring agreement required with approved credit. Beat the holiday rush. Cameras are going fast. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We're ready for you at Village Medical. Now accepting new Medicare patients right in your neighborhood. Experience personalized primary care from a care team you can rely on with convenient same-day appointments, virtual visits, plus weekend and evening hours at select locations. Schedule your Medicare annual wellness visit today. Go to villagemedical.com/getcare. That's villagemedical.com/getcare.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, my air conditioner has broken down. Again.
Excellent. A repeat customer.
I didn't want to be a repeat customer, but
you decided to call us again anyway. Jolly good.
it's not jolly good. It's freaking hot.
I mean, good for us.
And bad for me. It's the third time I've had to call you about...
Did you say your third problem?
In 1 year, yes.
Well, great news. You're only one more AC repair from receiving a free lunchbox. Lucky you.
Somehow, I don't feel lucky.
Oh, cheer up.
I bet Frank Gay would have fixed it the first time.
Probably. But then you wouldn't get to talk to me, would you?
You're right. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you want it fixed for good. A qualified technician who can get your AC blowing frosty cool with no return visits. That's the Frank Gay way.
You might enjoy your AC once Frank Gay fixes it, but you'll miss me. We're practically dating.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hi, are you ready to start the season with savings at IKEA?
Ooh, I am. I've got my 3 shopping lists right here. One for home, one for gifts, and one for treating myself.
We can help you check off all 3 with lots of offers going all week. IKEA family members can save on all kinds of products, from bakeware to holiday lighting to rugs and more.
List number 1, here we go.
Visit IKEA to save today. Offer valid 11/24 to 11/28/22. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/Black Friday for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Hey, Jimmy. Buffalo Larry here, based on what Deb calls me, right? Jack killed it. Deb killed it. Your guest killed it. I loved the whole damn show, the whole week. We didn't know you were gone. That's what you do on vacation. You're a mensch. Welcome back. Thank God. Gesundheit, gesund. Enjoy your turkey. Okay. Thanks, Boobaloo.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031.
You don't want Larry kisses? Buffalo Larry kisses?
He got that moniker while you were away, I believe, right? That's when he got it?
Yeah, Russ dubbed him Buffalo Larry.
Buffalo Larry.
Well, yeah.
No, we don't even want to repeat what it was he used that talk back for. Remember, it was his hair?
It's his tone of voice that gets me a little bit. I'm going to be dead honest with you.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Bubby.
Exactly.
You're a mensch.
Right.
Hey, Bubba Lou.
It just always sounds like out of breath a little bit.
He could deliver the best news ever, and I would still question it with that voice. If he was bound to tell me the truth and said it, I would still be like, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Not with that one. Jim, you just won $6 million.
Bubby.
Now put on this Aveeno.
Right, yeah.
I got an idea.
I do me.
I I think Buffalo Larry's glad you're back from your week-long cruise.
He called you a mensch.
Yeah, you're super a mensch.
Yeah.
Babaloo.
All right, 407-916-1041. Obviously, you guys know we just came off a cruise. Been talking about it a little bit and some of the other issues. And this guy is actually a cruise director?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's talk.
He's an assistant cruise ship director. He wanted to specify.
But let's keep promoting him.
Yeah.
He'll be captain by the end of the call.
Nick, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, Jim?
Doing great. Now, you are an assistant cruise director?
Correct, sir.
Okay, so for people who are listening, the cruise director is the person that I mean, this is from my perspective of the one I just came off of, is the guy who runs all of the entertainment on the ship and all the fun stuff?
Correct. So the cruise director is basically in charge of the entire entertainment department, whether that's the theater shows, the sports team, the activities team, the youth team, and all the musicians all around the ship.
And can you tell me what company you work for?
I work for Royal Caribbean.
Very nice. And you still work from there, or you worked in past tense?
Currently.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
So are you
currently I'm on vacation, right?
Oh,
right
very
now,
funny.
Yeah.
I was just on the Wonder of the Seas. Obviously, I think it is the biggest cruise ship on planet Earth right now. I know they're building the Icon of the Seas. It's supposed to be a little bigger than this one. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Wonder of the Seas Icon is, I believe, going to be a little bit smaller than the Wonder because it's going to be it's what they call an Oasis 2 class.
Yeah.
So I believe it's going to be a little bit smaller, but Wonder is the greatest, which is part of the Oasis class.
Right. Yeah. And we were on the other Oasis class ship a couple of years back, and it was good as well. Had the same 8 Central Park kind of thing that this one has.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So this is the guy that's responsible for all the shows you were bragging about, Jimmy.
Yeah, man. I mean, Royal has really stepped it up with their entertainment, buddy. I was just even in the newsroom a minute ago talking to a colleague and telling him how unbelievably impressed I was with all of the live entertainment for the big shows and the big theaters. It's pretty good stuff.
Exactly. We try to boast our entertainment to the best that it possibly can be amongst any cruise line out there. And fun fact, you were talking about the musicians earlier. You know that Royal Caribbean actually employs the most musicians amongst any other company in the world.
That is sick.
Wow.
What a title. Even better, even more than like record companies and stuff like that?
Correct. You know who they beat out?
Who?
The United States military.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's funny. That makes perfect sense, too, right? Because of all the military bands?
Right, exactly.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. How long have you been with them?
So I've been working for the company for just over 6 years now, but been in this current role for about 4 years, of course, plus pandemic. But yeah, no, I'm basically in charge of all the activities. You were talking about the trivias and the game shows and things like that. That with the cruise director staff team or the entertainment staff team, that's my team that I do. And then, of course, the cruise director is my boss, but I'm his number 2.
That's great. I mean, and it's interesting because, there's a lot happening on these ships. The fact that you guys can even manage the timing of what's happening from area to area is simply amazing. Ross, question?
Yeah, I just was wondering, what makes you the most proud with this job? When you see a trivia game go, without a hitch, is it people leaving the entertainment offering smiling, going, man, that was great? What is your favorite part about, this pretty heavy title for a very large cruise ship line?
Well, you know what? I'm sure, Jim, you got a questionnaire at the end of your cruise, and we actually read each and every one of those, and we look at the comments. We see guests that come back, of course. Jim, you've gone on multiple Royal Caribbean cruises, and you come back and you'll see some of the same people as crew members that you might have seen on other ships, and the people that remember you, and of course there's discussion boards and things like that all talk about you. So honestly, delivering the best product, making sure that there's the least amount of hiccups that there possibly could be, that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, I can see where that would be the case. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because I just was wondering, Jim, did you fill out a survey?
Well, wife did.
Yeah.
Yeah, wife's filling it. I tell you,
Probably better that way.
I'll tell you the one thing that did happen that was kind of odd because we haven't had this experience before, and it really does kind of factor into what you just said about the surveys. We bought the dining package, so we were in the nicer restaurants the entire time. We ate in the main dining room once because we couldn't get a reservation at the one place we wanted to go, and even though you can walk up to most of them, we just decided to do that night. But on 2 occasions in 2 of the nice restaurants, our server and beg is a weird word because it seems like, it was a desperation thing, and it didn't feel like desperation, but we did have 2 very forward pitches for positive reviews on their work during our visit.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean,
That shouldn't happen at all, and if somebody found out about that, that would be not pretty bad.
It was very forward, and we could not. I mean, and it wasn't off-putting because they were very kind and nice people, but they did talk about how unbelievably important it was to have a positive review on the ship for them personally.
Interesting. No, to talk about asking for a review and asking to be reviewed. That's 100% okay, but asking for a positive review is shunned upon.
Yeah.
How many months out of the year do you spend on a ship?
So me personally, it depends on what the crew member's doing and what they're doing on board the ship. Me personally, I do 4 months on and 2 months off. But there are some crew members that do 6 months, and there are some crew members, especially the theater and production cast, that are upwards with rehearsal time and everything of about a year.
Wow. So you're on the ship for 8 months a year, and you're off 4 months a year. Do you get paid the time you're off?
Kind of, sort of, yes. It's kind of wrapped into my normal pay.
Like a school teacher kind of setup. And do you have to? So when you go into that business, I mean, your job is a pretty good job. I mean, you're assistant to one of the most powerful people on the ship. So how do you, in only 6 years, did you go in as a formally educated person looking for that particular job, or did you work your way up?
No, well, when you start out working on ships, you have to start at the bottom. You can't start at the top. So you do go in as the activity staff, basically the staff that were hosting those trivias and game shows and karaoke and things. Me personally, my background is I worked in entertainment for over 20 years. I worked for Disney for 10 years as an entertainer and other companies as well. So I started from the bottom, and then, I got promoted probably within about a year and a half, 2 years, and then you move on and up from there.
Wow.
That's fascinating.
I mean, is the pay competitive?
So the pays, you have to look at the pay as in relativeness. So if you think of, I'm working on board away from everything. I don't have to pay rent, car, gas, food, housing, anything of that sort, travel. Of course, like you mentioned earlier, all of our alcohol is much more discounted than the guests.
Thank God for that.
Taking that into perspective, yes, I left a $75,000 a year job, and in perspective, it's about the same.
Wow.
Starting out.
Not bad at all, man. That's crazy.
Craziest thing you've seen on a cruise ship? Have you seen, a drunk old lady?
Hey, before you answer, Nick, I'm going to ask this because this is interesting. This actually, what you just said works into my next question. Royal made a really big deal about reintroducing this adult game back onto the ships. I forget what the name.
The Quest.
The Quest.
The Quest.
Buddy, let me tell you, the day after. Oh, you hear that? The day after the Quest game went down, everybody was talking on the ship. Casino, everywhere we went, you could hear conversations about, did you go to the Quest show last night? And we didn't make it. Now, we walked out of a show, and they actually told us, right across from here is the Quest game. You want to go in? And we're like, no, we want to go gambling instead. The Quest game is this adult
scavenger hunt. Someone just texted us about it at 77031 asking, are you bringing it back?
But, Deb, it is apparently like women have to flash. You're taking off your bra and tying them together to make the longest bra. Men have to show their underwear. And, I mean, it is like the stuff they say was doing was like crazy.
Adult scavenger hunt is what someone just called it.
Exactly what it is. So it is an adult scavenger hunt. We do ask for some crazy things. And if you want to get involved, you're more than welcome to, but you don't have to. But you will definitely see, as you were talking about, a lot of people, have a couple drinks throughout the day and have a couple drinks that night. It's after dinner, and they want to get involved, and they have a hoot. And you will see some things, and I have seen some things that I never want to see again.
Well, but we have to go, but I want you to tell me the one thing that you wish you would never have to see again.
I saw a 350-pound man with a pierced penis come up and show me and the entire Studio B audience. Yeah.
And with that, we'll say bye.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Hey.
Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it.
Here's penis.
300-pounder.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, it's Prince Albert.
Yeah, you have to find it and then show it. And you can see him like rummaging through a drawer. It's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Come on. I just saw it in here yesterday. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on Instagram. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Major accident delays continue southbound on the turnpike between U.S. Highway 27 and Scrub J Lane. It's blocking the left lane there. Construction delays, too, northbound between 429 and Mineola, taking up the right lane. Westbound travel on I-4, a stop-and-go ride between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has you covered for all your custom printing, just in time for the holidays. And right now at Staples, you can save 40% on custom holiday cards and invitations. In-store and online. Offer ends 12/17. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Explore more at Staples, the working and learning store.
Save time and money with the vinyl fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Soak in the holiday spirit at SeaWorld's Christmas celebration. Gaze at millions of sparkling lights and breathtaking fireworks. Share culinary delights and refreshing Coca-Cola with family and friends in our Christmas dining hall. And feel the joy of festive shows, holiday favorites like Santa, exciting rides, and more. It's SeaWorld Orlando's Christmas celebration. Select dates November 11th through January 3rd. Visit your local Wendy's for up to $20 off tickets and pick up a $5 biggie bag with a refreshing Coke. Restrictions apply.
Add the hottest ticket to your family's wish list. Trans-Siberian Orchestra live in concert with 2 shows Saturday, December 17th at Amway Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestra's The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO, and more.
Get ready for Fusion Fest Orlando, Central Florida's leading cultural diversity festival, featuring international foods, music, dance, fashion, artisans, and more. November 26th and 27th at the Dr. Phillips Center. Free admission. Follow at Fusion Fest Orlando. Fusion Fest Orlando is back.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop losing your retirement. This administration's weak leadership, tax schemes, and failed economic policies will rob you of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. He'll give you a head start to be retirement tax and recession smart. Learn solutions with a track record of measurable results to save thousands in unnecessary taxes and gain retirement recession protection. Visit retirementprotected.com.
Many shoppers consider Black Friday the start of the holiday shopping season. Some will wait in insane lines or even camp out in store parking lots to secure that special deal. At the Original Mattress Factory, our factory direct business model means that all of our customers get the same great price no matter when they choose to buy. We have never had a Black Friday sale, or any sale for that matter, in over 30 years. So sleep in this Black Friday. At the Original Mattress Factory, you can get a great mattress at a great price every day.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Jose $210,000.
I had an accident where I was rear-ended. They tried to lowball me, and DeWitt, they stepped up and went after them and won. Injured on the go, just call them up.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
Last year, over 2 million people called us in their time of need. When life changes, clients choose us. When results matter, clients choose us. When the stakes are high with just one shot, clients choose us. From coast to coast, morning, nights, anytime, any day, clients just like you choose Morgan & Morgan. So after an injury, who would you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
What if there was a place where you could listen to all the radio stations, music, and podcasts you love? And what if that place was free? Well, we couldn't find it, so we made it. Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The podcast, The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham, is a moving and inspiring biblical audio experience that will help you master wisdom from the world's greatest book. In each episode, you'll learn to apply biblical principles to everyday life.
Each cinematic episode is a journey through the Bible's most profound stories that will strengthen your appreciation of the Word and inspire you to keep learning.
Listen to The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday, Thanksgiving week. You can already tell it on the roads.
Oh, man.
You can already tell it in the stores.
Oh, yes, you can.
I got to go to Publix tonight after the show.
Good luck.
We both do.
Deborah does as well. Wish us the best. We hope to see you tomorrow.
I was supposed to go after the show.
And that's just the prices, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I was supposed to go after the show today. I'm like, no, let me go before the show. So I came in an hour early. Well, let's see, 15 minutes. We're waiting for the place to park. Yeah,
wow, really?
Yeah, it was just line and then, the staffing issues places have had.
Yeah, and I mean, these are the kind of travel numbers. They're saying this is going to be the most travel we've seen in Florida in 17 years.
Yeah. Over right at 2 million people they expect to roll through the airport in the next few days.
I was talking to my cashier at this establishment I was at, and I'm like, ooh. I goes, it was busy today for a Monday, and it was busy yesterday. She's like, it's only going to be busy every single day. That's what they're expecting.
There's 8 billion people now, man. There's more peeps.
Yeah. So, we went to, I had to buy a little something yesterday. And while I was there, I didn't plan to go Thanksgiving shopping. Usually I'll make that list and go, just separately. But I think we're only providing the turkey, and my daughter's boyfriend is Serbian. And they don't do Thanksgiving like, we do. They have their own day. So he's coming over to hang out, and I'm going to make him a traditional Serbian dish.
Oh, cool.
Does he know?
I don't think he does, actually.
So this is a surprise.
I think it's called sarma or something like that, but it's basically cabbage leaves wrapped around ground pork and ground beef with some spices and stuff like that. Then you cook it in tomatoes for a few hours, actually, and then you eat them up.
Oh, man, you got to nail this.
I know. And we're making some cookies for him as well. Like, just to be cool.
That's very cool.
I think that's kind of a cool thing.
It is very cool. It's very nice.
It takes forever to make these things, too.
But there's a lot at risk.
What do you think?
Because you could have one of those Thanksgiving meltdowns.
What do you mean?
I was just trying to impress them.
That sounds like something.
That sounds like what, I think every person has gone through at least once during Christmas or Thanksgiving. That one Thanksgiving that was just a total meltdown because, wait, you didn't baste the turkey? The turkey's not seasoned?
I remember one year I undercooked the turkey.
What'd you do to it?
Here's what happened. I tried to smoke it, and I forgot my smoker went out. And I thought I cooked it enough, and I didn't have a meat thermometer, so I was just like, "Oh, that's good."
Oh, so how many people got that?
Rookie mistake.
It wasn't undercooked to the point where we couldn't use most of it. It was just undercooked in an area where the dark meat was a coin flip. Hey.
So that's what happened.
You got football this afternoon? Maybe not. Got a TV in your bathroom because that's what you're going to need.
That's what happened to the 5th child.
So, and then you know what I realized last night is if you need butter, you better get it if you can find it. Because usually when you go into like Publix or whatever, there is a massive choice of butter, right? You get all the butter brands. And I'm telling you guys, I got what had to be some of the last butter that was in the store.
Currency of the future.
This is why I'm concerned about making them of not following Jack's lead and thinking about this morning instead of going now at 7:30 at night.
At least that's not the only shopping place within how many miles? Because you have to drive to Eustis or Popka.
Oh no. I'll go to this Publix right here in Maitland, but we live by 2 very close Publixes in Mount Dora. It's just I like to do my shopping, get it done, drive it home, put it away.
I would think the best time to do it would be at night or like in the middle of the day, right? And you'd have to do it today or tomorrow because Wednesday a lot of people are going to be off. And of course, it's going to be a zoo,
madhouse.
And I haven't even seen a sweet potato. Are sweet potatoes out there? I haven't seen. Usually when you walk into Publix during this time of year, the front area has like brown sugar and oil and
Cinnabrooms,
stuffing. Cinnabrooms, of course, is a big plus. But usually have these giant things of sweet potatoes where you can just buy them right there. I didn't see one.
They have an orange hue to them.
Yeah,
I'm a foodie. I know.
Thanks, appreciate that.
So I just love that
the guy finds salt 6 weeks ago.
You're genuinely bummed out about the sweet potato.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have to make them this year, but I want them. So if they don't have them there, it's bad news.
I just love that looking at sweet potatoes is part of your Thanksgiving tradition.
Sure it is.
That's what's wrong with this place.
So you guys are hosting Thanksgiving, right?
We are not hosting Thanksgiving.
What happened?
We're going over to my mother-in-law's.
Oh, okay. Is she doing all the cooking?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's doing all the cooking.
And Ross is doing all the cleaning.
I'm down.
Yeah, and what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm frying a turkey. I already got the peanut oil. Oh, my God.
That's dry-aged peanut oil from 2018.
Let me ask, which costs more? Because the turkey, I bought a 15-pound turkey, and it was like $40.
Yeah.
So how much was...
Peanut oil was way more.
How much more?
It was $58.
Currency of the future.
Whoa. $60 so that you can just cook the bird and you own an oven?
I'm going to cook it 3 times.
This is so un-you.
Listen.
$60 on oil so that you can avoid baking it for free.
20 years. Then you got to run the oven. Then I did the cost space analysis. Yeah. The ROI works out in my favor.
Don't tell me about ROIs. We're talking about frying turkeys, dude.
Here's the deal. Let me just say this about that. With the turkey oil, you filter it, you keep it in a cool, dark place. You're good to use it 2 more times. So I'm going to knock down my cost per bird to $19 to cook. All right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's not.
99 cents a pound.
It's the best way to cook them.
And then,
God almighty, nothing's better.
I might be making beignets or elephant ears or something by the end of it with this oil.
And what's going to taste better than a turkey beignet?
Yum.
I like to call it savory because, as you know, I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
You smoke enough weed, that sounds fire. Come on, to be honest with you guys. A turkey beignet sounds pretty baller.
Pretty dank.
Yeah, I would write that.
Are you and your mom's?
No, actually, we are hosting our very first Thanksgiving.
Wow,
yeah, we're breaking in the dining room table.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't broke that in already? Oh,
no,
come on, Deb.
No, because, well, I mean, we're going to clean that off before we have company come over.
You can't even say for eating.
Exactly.
We know. Deb, we know. We've seen the videos. I've got the OnlyFans. I know.
I just love that you left for a week and Jack over here has turned some serious pages.
He come back and he's got a Wolfman Jack beard.
Yeah, show him that. Show him the tattoo.
And now he's snorting oysters.
No.
The new tattoo?
Yeah.
No, not the new one.
No, get out of here.
You got a new tattoo?
He did not know way possible Jack got a new tattoo. Because they're more than $100.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Oh, they got them. Yeah, there's one of the cereal boxes that's doing the Avatar ones right now.
Very nice.
Avatar. Remember that? It's back. It's coming back. Remember how
next month?
Remember how they waited way too long for the sequel? If you haven't, well, it's still happening.
Hey, it worked with Top Gun.
I will tell you, there is no more beautiful movie ever made when you see that thing in 3D, though. It is a marvel in 3D. I mean, it was. I remember seeing it. I was like, God dang, this is amazing.
I remember when Ross told us that he rode the ride, and it made him cry.
Dog. It's something else.
I hear great things about the ride.
If you saw that movie in 3D and you're like, wow, this is intense, this is wild. Wait till you hop on a breathing dragon that has the lungs next to your thighs that you feel it inhale and exhale. That ride, whew, made me want to go to church.
Should we give you a minute?
Oh, dude. I felt something.
Yeah.
I felt all the emotions on that ride.
I love the movie, and I just saw a list the other day that said it was one of the most overrated movies of all time. I was like, man, I don't know how you get that. For one thing, it was beautiful, and secondly, the story was perfect.
So
it was a great movie. I don't know. How could you get mad at that movie?
I wouldn't call it overrated. There is some things that I really don't like about it.
Well, I mean, it's 3 hours plus long. That's
not. I have nothing against that.
And it's just longer. You get to look at this beautiful ass movie. It's gorgeous.
Do you remember the mineral that they were trying to get? This is my biggest problem with that movie, and it just still makes me laugh.
I mean, I can't. It was
unobtainium. They called it unobtainium. That's the thing that is bringing them to Pandora.
Why does that make you so mad?
I don't know why. I think it's just...
You make fun of me about getting mad for a guy who stiffed us out of real money, and then now you're mad about this.
Who stiffed you out of... What do you quote it?
Yeah, no, and then somebody texted something that I didn't know if you ever saw that text.
No, the golf... Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
The guy who screwed us out of the golf thing.
Oh, yeah. No, you have every right to be pissed about that. There's actual charity.
And somebody texted and said something happened to the guy, but Jack talked to the dude just a few weeks ago, right?
Nothing. They were being a dick, trying to make you feel bad.
Well, that's
nothing happened to the guy.
Did somebody text them back and say, I don't have emotions? They understand that? Okay,
we just made the approach, the decision on there to say, let's just say we got it back, and let's not focus on the negative.
Yeah.
And then you came out both barrels blazing.
And then Jim came back from his cruise, well rested.
I do not adhere to that. I don't think that's the right way to handle it. I think the way I handle it is the right way to handle it.
Well, there's an hour left. Since
good.
you mentioned it, just less than an hour left on this auction. It's for this one-of-a-kind golf package with the Jim Colbert Show. There's so much there. Just read it. You get to play golf with Jim and Ross at a course to be determined.
Whiskey. God damn, it's
there's
crazy.
other stuff in there as well. That's all listed there. And also, there's, if you play Game of Magnets, there's a collector's item framed News Junkie magnet set. That's signed. Both are up for grabs. Both end at 6:30. All proceeds benefit the Mustard Seed of Central Florida directly. That's where your money goes. This is your chance to do a great thing and maybe get a great prize.
Mm-hmm.
JimColbertLive.com.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
You know, it's another great... I will give you this about Avatar. It was a game changer for CGI.
Yeah, it was the game for
There were
CGI.
techniques that were used in that film for the first time that ever since then...
So good.
I think it's a real crossroad moment in the history of cinema, pre-Pandora or pre-Avatar CGI, post. You can see it.
I haven't seen. Did you guys see the Wakanda movie by any chance? Anybody see it yet?
No.
I want
to.
to.
Movie?
It's still number one.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row. Number one's made like a couple, almost $250 million or something so far. But the movie I do want to see is the Steven Spielberg story.
Oh, yes.
It's a
Fablesman?
The Fableman.
Yeah.
The Fablemans or whatever. Have you heard about it, Jack?
No. That sounds interesting.
Okay, so what they're saying is this may be his most heartfelt piece ever. That Spielberg made this movie, and it's basically about his life becoming a filmmaker. And it's based in his family, the family called the Fablemans, and everybody who's talking about it says it's stone cold magical. Like, he just dumps all the Spielberg on it. You know, all of the Steven Spielberg magic got dumped into this movie, and apparently it's a game changer.
Cool.
I saw a piece with him on CBS Sunday Morning, I believe it was last weekend, and they talked to him about this movie. Because, of course, to tell the story about his family and growing up, he had to dish the dirt about his family. And one of the things that you learn about in this movie is how his mother fell in love with his father's best friend.
Oh, wow.
And they ended up getting a divorce.
Wow.
That's what led to Spielberg's parents getting divorced. But then years later, I mean, here they were on the couch being interviewed and talked about how he forgave her and they got back together. And he said, because I still loved her. And so it was an earlier interview, actually, with the parents. And it's just heartbreaking. And you see how supportive it was really his mom who absolutely take that camera, skip school, go make movies.
Right, yeah.
And the father's
That's
like,
the cheater saying
get a
that.
job, get an education.
Yeah, the cheater's like, go out, live your life.
There's no rules.
There's no rules.
You know what you should do? Sleep with your best friend.
Right, exactly. I've been Megan Paul for 6 months. On this couch. While your dad's at work.
It does look like it's going to be an absolutely fascinating movie to see.
Number 2 movie this week is a movie I want to see this weekend called The Menu. Have you heard of that?
Haven't seen that one.
Haven't even heard about it.
You've seen it?
I know the promos for it look terrifying.
Talk to me.
So it's got
a horror movie, Goose?
A little bit. It's about a bunch of well-known actors, but they go to a restaurant and they're not quite sure if they are on the menu or not. And there's a mystery. It's a dark comedy, and but it was number 2 this weekend.
Really?
Kind of like you go to those fancy chef dinners.
Nice.
Speaking of fancy chef dinners, man, they had one on CBS Sunday Morning yesterday.
Yeah, what was it about?
99th floor, cannabis cuisine.
Oh, really? Yeah, look at that. I do have a cannabis story today, but I don't know if we'll get to it. But
that's ironic.
And it's not because I forgot it, jackass. Get out of here.
Hey, watch what you call him.
Get out of here. The story is actually neighborhoods around Central Florida, and I believe out by you, that are bordering or near the new the farms are losing their minds because of the smell. So apparently, as the marijuana industry grows, no pun intended, and they start building more of these farms, not the dispensaries,
right?
Although they have an aroma themselves, but when you go, if you've never been to Vegas, there's a major growing facility in right downtown Vegas, and because we stayed at the Trump Hotel a few years back, oddly enough, because it was the best deal in the house. Can't imagine why. And we had a stone cold suite. I mean, I'm not kidding. It was like a 3-bedroom apartment. It was crazy.
A lot of gold.
A lot of gold. A lot of him. Anyway. And it was right across from one of these grow facilities, and it was unbearable. I mean, it was unbearable. You walk out, it's like the Altamont Mall with the popcorn machine, which we were in the Altamont Mall right before that. The instant we opened the door, we're like ruined. They ruined the entire holiday with this stupid popcorn business in the Altamont Mall. They wrecked the entire idea of Christmas. It smells like a theater. The entire mall reeks of wet butter theater. It's disgusting. And you're in there and you're trying to get into the mood of being in Christmas. There's Christmas stuff everywhere, and it smells like an old Regal floor. It's awful, and everybody in that mall knows it.
But popcorn, is kind of connected to Christmas.
It's not even all connected
the
to
popcorn,
Christmas. Get out of here.
The popcorn bucket.
It's connected to movies, and movies have Christmas movies.
Yeah,
that's as close as you
not
get.
even close.
No,
but
popcorn
Kevin
you put
Bacon.
around the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
You string it up.
Popcorn balls. Didn't you ever make a popcorn ball?
Nobody's doing that with buttered popcorn, guys. Nobody's putting buttered popcorn strings around their trees. And by the way, can I say something else? I came back pissed.
Shocker.
Have you guys seen the new Christmas trees?
What's wrong with them?
The flocked ones?
The flocked ones?
Yeah.
No.
Is it
Not snow. They're painted red and blue and purple. They're purple. It's purple.
I was wondering.
And red and blue. They're the
what are they called?
Crayon colors.
Is it frocked?
Frocked or flocked? One of them.
Maybe it's flocked.
I'm gonna look at frocked.
I was wondering what Christmas hill you're gonna die on this year.
Well,
it's my Christmas tradition.
I'm not gonna die. What, to get a colored tree?
No. My Christmas tradition is you getting angry about one Christmas trend that's brand new. I still love your takes on inflatables.
It's the worst. They're the worst. That's how you lower property value. You should put those things up. And by the way, if you've got a bunch of them in your yard, your neighbor doesn't think it's cute. Your neighbor hates you.
Here we go.
Your neighbor hates your guts if you have more than 2 of those things in your yard. And I don't care if they say it to your face. Oh, we love them. The kids love them. They hate them. They hate them, and they want to cut them apart. Everybody who lives next to somebody with those things in their yard wants to cut them or shoot them with a BB gun. And I know that because I've wanted to myself. Came close to doing it once.
So what's wrong with these Christmas trees?
Oh, they're like crayons.
They're beautiful.
They're not. They're
So
not.
They're
Is
it
not.
flocked or flocked?
It's flocked.
Flocked. FL.
Let me see.
See?
Yeah, no, you got it wrong. That's not right. Deborah. Listen.
Wait, there was one on the previous page. Here, look, like this one, the pink one.
Yeah, but worse. Imagine a kid did it with a can of spray paint. Like, that's what they look like. And they're like that. They're like royal blue. It's not just like.
What about this
it's
one,
a
though? Isn't
hint
that
of blue.
cute?
It's royal blue.
It looks like Easter eggs in
No, it's not. It's not. It's as cute as the smell of the Altamont Mall, which is disgusting and
I love popcorn.
vomit-inducing. Somebody in that mall needs to fix that. It's so bad. It's so bad. Not one person would disagree with me, by the way.
Sorry.
Not one person would disagree with me with the mall during Christmas smelling like thick buttered popcorn is the worst.
Your fixer person is working on the parking out at Cape Canaveral. They're busy.
It's burn popcorn. It's not burn. It's just buttery popcorn. It just permeates every corner of the mall.
So how do you feel about upside down Christmas trees?
What?
Look at him. I think he's having a stroke.
You do it once a year. Put it up right. Just put it up right.
What
And
if
then-
you have more than one?
What, Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Well, just put them all up. What do you mean, hang one upside down?
What if one of the 14 in your home is upside down?
We have one, Jack. And then we have one for other people. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Let's do trivia. I'm mad.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
And they said 1 in 7 men and 1 in 10 women in the United States don't have a single friend.
Do you think any of this group of people would make a good radio host? Because, like, you of the 3 of us are the closest to having no friends.
Oh, wow.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Modelo.
After another putrid performance, is it time for the Jets to move off Zach Wilson? As their quarterback hits the home stretch of year 2, we've yet to see anything special. Small, undisciplined, takes zero accountability, isn't growing as a quarterback. Going from Provo to New York might as well have been going to a different country. And now the Jets need to decide, are they ready to pull the plug on their young quarterback? I'm Colin Cowherd.
Modelo's brewed for full-time fans, those who thrive under pressure, those with the fighting spirit. Our beer is brewed for you. Modelo, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Drink responsibly. Modelo Special Beer, imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
Todd is in love.
Sarah, I've never felt this way before.
But he's about to find out that sometimes when you chase after love,
I'm moving to Paris.
you've got to step on the gas. Because this isn't your classic holiday rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad.
Wait, what?
Featuring a powerful performance by Nissan Rogue.
Oh, come on.
Todd?
I'm coming with you.
Now get $500 holiday bonus cash on select models.
Get your heart racing at Nissan's Thrill of the Drive event.
Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com.
Don't let true love or these offers slip away.
$500 bonus cash available on 2022 Altima, Armada, Frontier, Murano, Pathfinder, and Rogue. Available on lease and purchase. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. See dealer for details. Subject to residency restrictions. Ends November 30th, 2022.
Attention passengers, this is your pilot speaking. Looks like we're gonna have to land immediately. And hurry to the Xfinity Black Friday sale. Folks, we've got clear skies and lots of binge watching ahead. Stream your heart out when you get the ultimate streamer setup. We'll be cruising in so new Xfinity customers can get 400 megabit internet with unlimited data and Xfi Complete for just $55 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. And a free 4K streaming box included. Plus, for a limited time, get HBO Max included for 1 year. So, sit back and relax with internet made for streaming and access to classic favorites. Flight attendants, prepare for binge watching.
Drop everything and get to the Xfinity Black Friday sale now through December 5th. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Ad-supported plan of HBO Max. After promo, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Can you believe the year's almost over? Hey, this is RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Most businesses count on strong fourth quarter sales. We sure do, and I got a big problem, and I need to catch up. Right now, I'm paying over appraised value for any car. Even if it's really old, I want it. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $6,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Save big and get more. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. And all RCO Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Plus, my Love It or Exchange It program will keep you happy. I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. So even if you've heard no in the past, my dealer next door credit approval process can help you get approved with lower rates and smaller payments. So come into my fourth quarter catch-up sale today. I'm RC Hill and I'm your car dealer next door. Visit us at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. New car pricing plus tax tag $8.99 admin fee. Dealer retains all rebates.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salonpas pain relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salonpas patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Get your home inspected immediately after the storm from Air Quality Assessors. Indoor moisture mapping, engineering, roof inspection, and water and mold testing. We bill directly to insurance and no money out of your pocket. 1-844-CALL-AQA or visit airqualityassessors.com.
Shop Black Friday deals at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get up to 50% off bikes, up to 50% off Adidas, Puma, and Champion Fleece, and 40% off Magellan Outdoors outerwear. Visit your store or academy.com. Deals end November 26th. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See academy.com/disclaimers.
Slow internet is nonsense. For fast internet, switch to Spectrum Business. Thousands of consumer-initiated tests confirm Spectrum delivers the fastest speed in the nation. That's right, Spectrum delivers the fastest internet speeds in the nation. Switch to Spectrum Business and get 600 megabit per second internet for your business. Only $49.99 a month when bundled. No hidden fees, no contracts, no nonsense. Just the fastest internet speeds in the nation. Visit business.spectrum.com/ultra. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Join us on Thanksgiving Eve for our iHeartRadio Holiday Special 2022, starring John Legend, Alicia Keys, Backstreet Boys, Meghan Trainor, and Dan and Shay. Wednesday night, starting at 7 p.m. on the free iHeartRadio app.
JCPenney has a holiday surprise for you. Go to JCPenney's Facebook page on December 1st for the world premiere of the Backstreet Boys' Christmas in New York music video. Watch live performances, score exclusive offers, and more. That's December 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern on JCPenney's Facebook page.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Hope you had a wonderful Monday on this Thanksgiving week as everybody kind of tunes in to spending some time with family and friends this week, which is good. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Hi there.
And Ross has your sauce jar. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. I'm just so excited for the OG. All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack. Clickety clack.
Yes!
I have a clickety back.
I have a pair of 2-day general admission tickets to the Innings Festival, the ultimate spring training celebration, March 18th and 19th at Raymond James Stadium grounds in Tampa. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the Innings Festival, check this out, because you are going to go down to Tampa. You are going to see Imagine Dragons, Dave Matthews Band, Weezer, Pitbull, the Avett Brothers, Marcus Mumford, and more.
Wow.
That's a couple of bangers right there.
Yeah.
Also, I never thought I would ever say Dave Matthews Band, Weezer, and Pitbull in one sentence, but here we are. Plus, you get to immerse yourself in baseball culture with baseball legends John Crook.
John Crook, One Nut Crook.
That's it. Wade Boggs, Goose Gassage, and more.
Oh,
Goose
my God.
Gossage.
It's
Shame on out. You got to leave now.
Listen, name me who played today in the World Cup, and then I'll feel bad.
Tim
The
Weah.
USA played Wales.
I want the other two matches. I'm going to say Gassage.
You are not going to say
not going
Gassage.
to
I'm
say
saying
Gassage.
Gassage.
It's Goose Gossage. And
You
don't
can't stop the Gassage. That is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando Moving and Storage Company. Don't forget to mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that will get you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com.
One of the best jokes ever texted to the show in the history of the show just came through. Flock trees are colored Christmas trees, Jimmy. Frock trees are Japanese Christmas trees.
Ooh. Ooh. We asked you to stop the Asian hate.
Who goes
Yeah,
first?
man.
Not hate, it's just funny.
Let's welcome John, and I'll
John.
let you guess.
Oh, man, I'm going to go John 3 right there. John, how you doing, man?
Good.
All right, good. Thanks for the extended answer. Would you like to play a little game with us? Let me guess. It's yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Welcome back.
That's 7 letters, buddy. Let's get you up there.
Yeah, he's got finger gun vibes, right?
All right, John. This is a very easy game, but I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find it, I will send you off to the old sauce jar. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Thanks for adding the sir there. I appreciate that. On this day in 1971, former NFL defenseman, television host, author.
Defense.
How we long?
He's got a unique smile.
Oh, Michael
Strahan.
Strahan.
Michael
Good job, Deb.
Strahan. That's right. Michael Strahan was born. Here are 3 fun facts about Michael Strahan and one see-through smile of a lie.
Oh, he's so cute.
Number 1. He's admittedly addicted to the game Candy Crush.
Oh, it happens.
Number 2, athletics runs in the Strahan family. His mom was a basketball coach and his dad was a boxer. Number 3, at 6'5", he's the tallest person to ever fly into space. Or lastly, although right-handed, he writes and throws left-handed. Which of those is a lie?
Number 4.
Welcome back, Jim.
Hey! He's so happy.
Just a stab in the dark there, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Legit, that didn't happen once last week.
Oh, and that makes it better. Thanks, Ross. I appreciate you sharing that. Anything else? Anything else you want to... Anything else?
We missed you?
Yeah.
I think you just have bad luck. The Puzzle Master needs to come back, though.
God. That's right, buddy. You nailed it. John, he is not right-handed / left-handed. He is addicted to Candy Crush, though. He says it. Takes it wherever he goes. He's never outside of arm's length of a device, he says. iPad and or his phone. One of them is near him so he can play the game.
I played it so much I could hear the music.
Really?
When I stopped playing the game.
When you went to sleep, would you still like kind of picture it?
Oh yeah, and I could still hear the music in my head.
Athletics does run in the Strahan family. His mom was a basketball coach and his dad was a boxer. His dad actually fought Kenny Norton.
Norton.
You know who that is, right, John?
I do know Kenny Norton.
Ken Norton?
Yeah.
6'5", he is the tallest person to ever fly into space. A couple other things you may not know about Michael Strahan before we get into Ross thoughts. He's won 2 Daytime Emmy Awards for his work on Good Morning America.
Wow.
Not bad. He's played his entire 15-year career with one team. Anybody?
New York Giants.
That's right, the Giants. Have you seen his hands, by the way?
They're all mangled.
He hides his hands as much as he can, or kind of puts them at different angles because his hands look like a bowl of spaghetti.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean,
Really?
Oh my God, he's got one finger that just goes sideways. At the first knuckle, it just goes left. It is. I mean, he just had them. They've been broken so many times, and here's what would happen: he would get his fingers broken in the game, and because he didn't want to come out of the game for an injury. Because in the NFL, it could be the next guy up, could be the best guy there. That you just have hierarchy, and this other person hasn't a chance to prove themselves. So he never wanted to come out of the game. He just wanted to keep playing. So his hands are mangled because he would never tell the trainers that his hands were hurting or broken. He would just kind of deal with the pain.
Man,
and they're a mess now.
I'm gonna have to look at them up.
He's tied with T.J. Watt for the most sacks in a single season. When I wrote that, I should have known. And I got to realize there's a list of words that trigger Deb that I have to avoid at all costs.
It was a commercial on TV.
Well, I'll make it a little bit better for you, Deb. It was 17 sacks, if I remember. It's either 17 sacks or 19 sacks.
My God.
That's an odd number of sacks, which is odd.
Not really. It's just a whole lot of sacks.
It is a lot of sacks.
No wonder he's got the record.
God, I just wanted to play George Michael right there so bad. Careless Whisper.
He has his own clothing line. It's a signature of suits with what company?
Kenneth Cole.
Hugo Boss.
No, it's a store.
Macy's.
Joseph A. Banks.
No, lower.
A Men's Warehouse.
Kmart.
They're barely in business.
Sears.
J.C. Penney.
There you go.
Blockbuster.
Had to hit one of them for sure. All right, Ross, what's coming up for thoughts?
Guys, I am going to invite you.
Speaking of that, we have to figure out a date on something else. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm inviting you guys.
To what?
After the break, Jim.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I got better at teases when you left. 7 days, man. Everything changed.
In this bitch, in 7 days, everything can change.
Jack has a legit beard now.
Jack has a gray I sell arms to Nicaraguans beard.
Thank you. If it weren't for the glasses, you would definitely think he's a serial killer.
And he's an oyster-eating foodie now.
But because of the glasses, he looks like the guy who knows how to make the bomb and got kidnapped for it.
He's the guy. He's the guy you walk up to and go, hey, man, where can I buy a baby? All right, back in a sec.
Yes! So many sacks!
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Same address on another social platform. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Authorities still working to clear an accident causing big delays southbound on the turnpike between US Highway 27 and Scrub J Lane, still blocking the left lane. We're still seeing construction delays too in the northbound direction between 429 and Mineola. Westbound still a solid ride on I-4 between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show. The Central Florida International Auto Show is the ultimate mobility experience with hundreds of vehicles for you to see. The Central Florida International Auto Show, December 2nd through the 4th at the Orange County Convention Center. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
You know, inflation running high, nobody knows when it's really going to level out. That's why you got to buy your windows and doors right now at FAS and lock in that price. They have the biggest window and door showroom in Central Florida, 38 unique windows ready for you to operate, and they're built with impact-resistant glass that gives you security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency as well. Plus, they have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors as well. Estimates always free at FAS, and the cool thing is the estimators always give you tons of options. All products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, you can get rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months financing, and the showroom is super easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out your windows, and have them installed. It's FASWD.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
You do the holidays with bells on. Luckily, Dunkin's new Cookie Butter Cold Brew and Cookie Butter Donut have some bells and whistles of their own, like delectable Cookie Butter Crumbles. Who wouldn't ring a bell for that? America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Autism. Did you know that 1 out of every 44 children in the U.S. is now identified as having an autism spectrum disorder? At the Autism Society of Florida, we've spent over 3 decades ensuring that people with autism enjoy full participation and self-determination in every aspect of life through initiatives like drowning prevention, first responder training, advocacy, and support groups. Become a member of the Autism Society of Florida. Visit autismfl.org. autismfl.org.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday, and we'll include the wall patching for free. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and get free wall patching, plus 0 down, 0 interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit. Local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
IDC's taking Black Friday weekend to a whole new level this year with free Yeti coolers, free portable massagers, and even free furniture. That's right! When you buy anything at IDC this weekend, we'll give you one of the season's hottest gifts absolutely free. For example, spend just $599 on a great piece of jewelry, and we'll give you a Theragun Mini portable massager free. Spend $999 and we'll give you a free stress-relieving weighted blanket from Barabee. The more you spend on jewelry, the bigger the free gift. How about a Yeti Rode 48 cooler on wheels? Yours free when you spend $1,999 this weekend. And if you spend $3,999 on an exquisite piece of jewelry, you will walk away with an $800 gift card to use at Ashley Furniture. It's this weekend only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Buy that holiday jewelry at IDC and get a free gift ranging from $50 to $800 in value. Only at International Diamond Center. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Save time and money with the aluminum fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salon Pas pain relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salon Pas patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salon Pas reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salon Pas. It's good medicine.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
On the podcast, Rewives with Bethany Frankel, join Bethany along with unexpected thought leaders and her celebrity friends to rehash, revisit, and rewatch the most iconic episodes of The Housewives from all your favorite cities.
This season, I sit down with Elizabeth Moss, Kevin Nealon, Susie Orman, Griffin Johnson, and more. You'd think that there isn't much to learn from flipping tables and yanking wigs, but that's where you're wrong.
Listen to Rewives with Bethany Frankel on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. You got about 30 minutes left to get your bid in on those two packages we have available at JimColbertLive.com, which is the golf package that guy bailed on when we had a big poker tournament. We had it up there. He put a big bid in, which scared off all the other bidders, and then bailed on the responsibility of paying for it. So we're reintroducing that. You got about 26 minutes to get over there and try to get the biggest bid in. That's a round of golf with myself and Ross, 2 boxes of cigars, a bottle of whiskey, all kinds of other stuff involved in there as well.
The prototype for the Jim Colbert Show kitchen set, apron, kitchen towels.
All that stuff.
Some
Man,
magnets in there.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So go and make that bid now. We don't even know what golf course we're going to. It's going to be a really, really nice one. I'm going to lean on somebody for a really good round, so it's going to be a good time.
Thank you for your honesty.
Straight up going to lean on somebody really heavily. Going to promote. I'm going to offer them a package that I can't deliver to get us on a golf course.
You were gone right for a week. This whole past week, we've been kind of dancing around like what happened to the bid. We weren't
giving back.
Yeah, it was given back.
Yeah,
you come out going, this douchebag.
Yeah, this guy. Here's the thing. It's the truth. I don't have any problem saying it's the truth. It is the truth. The guy bailed on his responsibility and made a commitment that he could not hang with, trying to big D in it around everybody and look like a big player. And then when we pulled his card, he didn't have the money or didn't want to spend it.
What's worse is, when I talk to him, I'm contacting him today. I'm going to pay him today. And
not even true. Not even close to being the truth. And then and the part that sucks is it did rule out a good bid. I mean, somebody that night could have bid $1,400. I mean, we're up to $1,200 now. Somebody could have done it that night when in the throes of it and it's sitting in front of you. But when you put $2,000 down there right up front, nobody's gonna even make an effort. Oh man, I was so pissed off. Anyway, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
Let's get it.
Make me happy.
It's weird.
I think I might.
It's funny.
There's a chance.
Sometimes.
I'm happy already. I'm happy I'm back. I'm just mad at that guy.
Like
I love you guys.
Oh, we all.
It's Ross Thoughts.
We can all tell that you're happy.
I think
Obviously, we can tell you're happy.
I think people have a hard time figuring that out sometimes.
Really?
I think
why
you do have a little bit of a.
I can make it cryptic at times.
You have like a splash of some RBF.
What's that? Raging bitch face or whatever.
Yeah, resting.
Oh, resting, raging.
But it would be
better.
weird. I think that's very. Wouldn't you say that's very female oriented? I would say royal.
Yeah.
Resting bitch face always usually goes towards a lady. We got to think of something else.
Yeah, just mad face, man. Sometimes I get mad.
RMF.
Yeah. I hate it when people screw us over. I mean, they screwed the mustard seed over. I mean, not the mustard seed. The mustard seed.
Yeah.
They screwed the mustard seed over. I mean, they didn't screw me over. That's what makes me more angry about it. It was on our name that this happened. I hate that. Did anybody else get stiffed?
No, but you ready to get unstiffed?
Well, just the two products that we have up there right now.
Right, okay.
So.
Same guy?
Yeah, same guy.
Wow, unbelievable.
The holidays, Jim.
Yes, sir.
It's the holidays.
I'm happy. I can't wait for him.
This is going to be a great month.
You're excited. You got to be excited for December.
I'm excited, buddy. It's my birthday. It's Christmas.
I'm pumped up for Thanksgiving this Thursday.
Sweet.
I'm ready for that, but let's not act like Christmas isn't,
right
big
around the
dog.
corner.
Here.
It's big dog.
Right around the corner.
And I got to tell you, I'm a little worried about this Christmas because I spent too much money in Hawaii.
Okay.
So enjoy your coupons.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy your coupons.
There's one for like a free hug.
Foot massage.
Yeah, foot massage, bunion grab, all of it.
I'll even use the lotion.
I want to invite you once again.
This is you or me or the crew?
The crew.
Okay, everybody.
That's us?
Yeah, and then we're gonna really dive into one of my biggest worries about what I'm inviting you to.
All right.
I believe it is the 6th annual, now official, Paget's Christmas Soiree.
Ooh.
Every year.
That we have been to every year since we've been together.
Yeah, right? Me and my wife, we always throw down a Christmas party. And this one's a very special one because it's our first.
Your first one as a married couple. And it's a nice party. Everybody dresses up very nice.
Now, here's the thing. We wanted to do it on the 3rd. I'm booked on the 3rd. Got a comedy show. Wanted to do it on the 10th. Got booked. I just kept saying, all these gigs happened when I was in Hawaii, and I was just, yes. We had not set a date. we have now officially set a date. And now this is what I'm worried about. It's on the 23rd.
Oh.
What?
I know.
I think that's perfect.
I've been polling people to see if that's even doable.
Having sex with them will tell you?
No.
You said, you said, okay.
Asking.
Okay, that's better.
If a Christmas party on Christmas Eve is a good idea or a bad idea, and I get mixed results here. Because some people are like, oh, dude, I'm pro this. I'm all about this because Christmas parties like early December.
I was going to say by that time, they're all done.
Yeah. I don't get the Christmas, vibes until about like the 15th or the 20th. So now I'm a little worried about that I'm going to host this Christmas party, and I don't know if people are going to come.
No one's going to show up.
It's Christmas Eve.
I don't know, man. Here's the thing with the 23rd, though, right? So when you have them earlier in the year, I mean, I know it's hard because just finding an open date, and from Thanksgiving on for people who have any social calendar whatsoever can be difficult with company parties and friends parties or anything like that. Is that the people will have family and stuff in town,
exactly,
and them leaving to go to a 4 or 5 hour party.
So what I would want, though, is that if they do have family in town, bring your family. I want to meet your crazy aunt. And then I think that also kind of crosses a line that you're not going to bring family members to a party that they don't know anybody at.
Yeah,
Should I be worried about this? That's really what this boils down to.
Well, yeah, I think you should have some concerns. I mean, this is like one of those situations where you almost want to make sure there's an RSVP of some sort so that you don't go out for, or whatever. I mean, I think my wife and I can make it. I mean, if we're invited.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. We already clarified that. All of you guys are invited. Bring your entire fam.
I don't think that I have anybody coming. To be honest with you, I don't know. My daughter from Denver is coming to town, but I don't know when she's going to be over. I mean, I can just tell her we're going to a party.
Yeah, and then she's invited. And now this brings up my second thing is that I'm trying to have a rager. I want that in years past, we've always capped it because of like food reasons and stuff.
You want it to spill out.
And the reason why is because last year I got mad jealous, Deb, because I went ahead on a whim. I was invited to a Christmas party. I show up. It's the best Christmas party in town. It's at this dude's house.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. You told me about it.
It was
completely insane.
Wild. The guy could cook. He's really good at cooking. He's also like a, kind of a small Orlando legend that made me really happy that I felt like I was part of the cool kids club when I got invited. And I show up and this thing is like 70 people deep and everyone is just letting it loose, passing bottles around. I want that. How do I achieve that? Give me that. Please help me out. Jack, what are you doing on the 23rd?
I'm there,
Of course
buddy.
you're there.
I think my wife.
I think it's a great
I
date.
think she's listening right now. I think we can make it. Or text me if we can make it.
Yeah, see, I think some people are going to be freaked out by it being so close to Christmas Eve.
See, I think that's.
Can I get a Twitter poll out of this?
Sure can.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. But I think that's actually a really unique day to do that because I believe that most people are going to be free, and you think that's like usually the decompression day before the S hits the fan.
Well, I don't know.
The other side of that
Santa.
is the day of week, and it's a Friday,
Bang.
which works because say you work, you're not working Christmas Eve, so I think it's a let loose day, a let loose night.
I'm nervous.
A great night for a
everyone-
party.
Uh-oh, Jack is already.
Someone
Jack
call me
is
an
loaded.
Uber.
Everyone,
Wait, you got a spare bedroom, right?
My friend, you can depend on at least two people. The Colberts are in.
let's get it, Deb. Let them know. Let them know. I'm so nervous because this is everyone's childhood fear is the same. You have a birthday party, no one shows up. It's so bad.
I will come under one condition.
Oh boy, conditions. Here we go.
Can I bring some food?
Absolutely.
I want to bring a chafing dish full of something to eat. I want to bring some food.
I have a condition.
And add it to the list of things that you or that Olivia's making.
Olivia always makes stuffed shells.
As a condition, I would like to come eat Jimmy's food, and as the foodie that I now am, critique it. Publicly.
I'm so nervous.
After a few drinks.
Whenever you host a party, I don't even know why we do this to ourselves. Hosting a party, having a gathering, seeing if people like you. It's like a pop quiz to be like, hey, I like you. You know, it's nerve-wracking, but
It's your
23rd. But yeah, December 23rd, Christmas Eve. It's a Friday. That's when we're having our Christmas party. And if I can get that on a Twitter poll, that will also ease my fears. Or it might backfire. So it's one of the two.
Hey, at least you know. I mean, I'm waiting to hear back from Chris, but I mean, it could be an intimate rager.
Oh, no, there's no such thing. I want eggnog beer bongs.
Oh, my God, dude.
Beer nogs.
I can't go over there and get too wrecked, a couple days before Christmas, though.
I got a spare bed.
I got to tell you, this is going to be a really... this is going to be...
Slumbo party.
This is going to be a kind of a low-impact Christmas for us. I mean, we don't...
Well, not until the 23rd, my man, because I'm going hard. I'm going real
we're in the
hard.
same boat you're in, buddy. We just dropped a ton of cash this year on our stupid pool. So I mean, we just had this conversation like you're getting $100, you're getting $100, and that's it. We're not going out this year.
But
my wife and I have already agreed not to buy each other anything.
Oh, we'll see how that works out.
That's on a shake. That's on a shake. We made that like dead in your eye agreement. No gifts, just sex.
There's no way you're not going to get your wife a gift.
Oh, it's going to be the easiest thing I do this year.
There's no way she's not getting you one.
It's going to be the easiest thing she's going to do this year.
Let me know, texting service. Please vote on our Twitter poll.
At Jim Colbert Show.
At Jim Colbert Show on Twitter. I need the answer to this. I'm worried. I'm scared. Should I be?
Have you reached out to any of your peeps?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
What are they saying?
I have polled. I just walked up to Brandon Kravitz. Beautiful, our sports guy, our 96 and he goes, "Oh, I'm there."
Oh yeah,
that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so in the Christmas spirit that I'm pumped. Just let me know, because whenever you throw a party, I swear, dude, my butt breaks out in acne because of some stress.
Okay, don't
All
say
right?
that. Don't tell people that happens.
It's gonna be a weird party.
I get rashes all over my body, and they're always in the shape of Georgia. And let me tell you, Atlanta gets itchy. All right. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace. TMI?
Itchy Atlanta.
I get ass-knee. It's not my fault.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. If there's not a company working on a formula for ass-knee right now, dumb. All right, back in a sec with Ray Trenley.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're looking at stop-and-go traffic still heading west on I-4 between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road, as well as eastbound coming out of Polk County from U.S. Highway 27 to 429. Northbound travel on the Turnpike still heavy between 429 and Mineola. Avoid Apopka Vineland Road between 536 and I-4. A serious crash there. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. It's that time of year again. Free Coffee Tuesday for Wawa Rewards members are back. Every Tuesday, Wawa Rewards members get any size hot coffee or handcrafted iced coffee for free. Gotta have a Wawa.
Let me tell you something, man. If you have a terrible bathroom in your home, walking by it just every day just gets you more and more angry. When you think about this time of year, Thanksgiving and Christmas, or even graduations or other major events, birthdays even, and you can't have people over to your house because your guest bathroom is a mess. It's out of date. It's crumbling. But all you hear is those nightmare stories about how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take, and you put it off year after year. Well, let me help. Rebath of Mid-Florida isn't one of those terrible stories. It's the exact opposite of that, because they get the job done in just 4 to 6 days. And you can actually see the products and help with their design team to come up with a design that looks amazing for you. 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where the showroom is. That's where the magic happens. When you walk in, you're going to see tons of materials. You pick from those, build your bathroom, and they bring it to life. They do everything. Tub, toilet, cabinetry, lighting. It's all right there. You find it. Your design team comes together for you, and you have a bathroom that you're going to love for many, many years, and it is really good stuff. Hop on board today. Look at those before and afters, then book your appointment. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Orlando area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Office in Orlando. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Coming to Amway Center, January 13th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
Hey, it's Alan Spector for Brandy with Empower Home Team, Keller Williams Elite Partners 3 Realty. And I've got to tell you about home sellers Joseph and Diane, who had their home on the market for almost a year with another agent. And when Joseph and Diane called Brandy, she got their home sold in just 6 days. And she even got them $10,000 over asking price. Wow. Do the right thing. And call Brandy with Empower Home Team, Keller Williams Elite Partners 3 Realty. She has over 13,000 ready buyers in her exclusive home buying system. Brandy will get the job done and put more money in your pocket. She'll even guarantee if your home doesn't sell, she'll buy it for cash at a price acceptable to you. Guaranteed in writing. Take it from me, Alan Spector. Call my friend Brandy with Empower Home Team now at 833-330-SOLD. That's 833-330-SOLD, 833-330-SOLD, or visit brandyhasthebuyers.com. That's Brandy, B-R-A-N-D-I-E, hasthebuyers.com.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and this is my client, Will.
I saw a car accident. There was another incoming vehicle and hit me pretty good. This was in the middle of the night, and I was able to get a hold of someone. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
'Tis the season to give, and only iHeartRadio gives you everything you love for free all in one app. So go ahead and listen to this station anywhere, anytime. And let us help you get into the holiday spirit by unwrapping iHeartRadio's massive collection of Christmas music with live stations like iHeart Christmas and North Pole Radio, hosted by the big man himself. Whether it's music or podcasts, the free iHeartRadio app is your holiday soundtrack no matter where you are. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on
All right, 8 minutes left to get up there and make your bid. Remember, this all goes for the Mustard Seed, one of the best organizations in Central Florida. JimColbertLive.com. You're bidding on the golf package with myself and Ross, which includes a round of golf at a real nice place, you and a guest, playing against Ross and myself, a bottle of whiskey, 2 boxes of cigars, and a bunch of other stuff, including that limited edition Jim Colbert Show apron and
dish towel.
The dish towel thing.
We've got some spices.
That's right. Totally forgot about that.
2 spice sets.
Yeah, exactly. 2 spice sets for the people that you'll be playing golf against. We've got, like you said, the gorgeous apron, towels, magnets, cigars to smoke on the golf course,
That's right.
bottle of whiskey to drink on the golf course.
So good.
It's a nice size package.
Timeless memories. I hear that Jim and I, solid hangs.
Yeah, we're good hangs.
We're good hangs.
We're good time. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well every Monday night. Around this time, we invite our good friend Ray Tremley to drop by, TK Law. That's One Firm for Life. Offices up in Altamont Springs. Ray, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How's everybody on this Monday afternoon doing?
No, doing good. I'm waiting for this weather to clear up a little bit. We're supposed to have some crispy cold weather a little bit later this week, and just want some sunshine. Yesterday was brutal, man.
I know.
I mean, from about like 1 o'clock on, it was like Seattle.
It was pretty miserable. The cold and rainy weather's not for me.
It made piling up and watching football pretty easy, though.
Yeah, it's one of those days where you definitely want to stay in bed.
Oh, yeah. Got a little fire going in the fireplace for the first time this season.
Oh,
and just
nice.
Sat there from 11:30 until 11:30 watching football.
Listening to Johnny Cash's Hurt, it was a great time.
It was a good time.
I will say this. You commented that you and Ross are a good hang, and I can attest, but, don't throw Deb out of this. She's pretty cool, too.
Oh, Deb's a great hang.
But I suck at anything to do with sports, Ray. That's why.
Listen, nobody's good at golf except these two, apparently.
Oh, no, these two.
Listen to this guy.
Well, I mean.
I play golf to drink beer and hang out with people. I don't go for any kind of competitive.
I play golf to crush souls.
These two are so super competitive. I mean, last week, we heard about how you actually, ripped on Ross's friend for his silver golf balls.
I did. And he deserved every syllable of it.
Dude, that was the first time you met him.
He would even say it was terrible.
No.
Wouldn't he?
I mean, he didn't know what was happening.
Exactly. There we go.
Plus, I was just joking. Everybody knows that.
Obviously, he knew you were joking.
Exactly.
Everyone
knows that.
Hey, Ray, we were just talking about this cruise I was on, Wonder of the Seas, Royal Caribbean ship.
How was it?
Then we had a great experience. It really was. There were only a couple things, but I mean, when you're on a cruise ship 7 days with 6,000 people, I mean, something has to be a little awry. But it was for the most part 90% great, 10% some other stuff, but nothing super bad, right?
Yeah.
But something unique did happen, and it made national news. But a crew member took his own life while on the ship, and the story is, and again, I'm not trying to. This is not a salacious thing. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything. This is just kind of what we heard through the grapevine, and that was actually confirmed by some other writing about the incident, that this person had asked for leave from the ship to handle some personal issues back home in South America, and was denied leaving, and then after that took their own life. Now, the obvious question is there. Because here's the thing, I know they don't bear any responsibility, because when you sign the contract, I'm sure there's a set of rules and regulations, and your excuse has to be very, very, very good or whatever to be able to get off the boat and do something like that.
Right.
It more than likely probably cost you your job to even do it.
Sure.
But when it comes to law on a cruise ship, I found this very interesting because a lot of people do this. A lot of people cruise. I mean, we have one of the best ports in all of the state, actually all the East Coast, just 45 minutes from here, that sail many ships out of that area to go in many parts of the country, in that Caribbean and down in Mexico and those areas there, over to Bermuda. And when you get on a cruise ship, what laws bind you? Like if I'm ported in the Bahamas, is it Bahamian law? Or if I'm at port in St. Martin, is it that law? And which one is it? Because it's half Dutch, half French.
Yeah, and like the whole vibe, whenever you stay out of port or get off, you kind of just, the vibe is like, hey man, just be chill.
Yeah.
That's the law. Just chill out.
So how does that play?
Unfortunately, the answer is very complex, but most of the time, as a rule of thumb, where you're in port, that law is going to apply, right? So if you're in the Bahamas, Bahamian law, St. Croix, same thing. Now, where it gets more interesting is when you're out of port, whether you're within international waters or not. More oftentimes than not, the ships are going to want you to go to whatever forum the ship is chartered in or flagged in, right? So you maybe you've heard that term before.
Yeah, sure.
And so, generally speaking, it might be a Caribbean island. Sometimes it's the United States, but there's going to be a particular venue with laws that are going to apply to you. And it's usually going to be based off where that ship is flagged or chartered. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so, I mean, a lot of these ships are based out of the Bahamas. I think this ship that we were on was based out of the Bahamas. That said, so you are bound to Bahamian law even when in international waters, simply because that's where the ship is moored or home?
That's correct. And so what ends up happening, and you don't probably read all the fine print when you buy your cruise ship tickets, but like when you're going through customs and you're getting your tickets at the port, they go through a bunch of paperwork with you, and you just sign here or an electronic signature with your finger. What you're agreeing by that is to their essential terms and conditions, which is you agree to follow their rules. And if you're on the ship, they can throw you in the brig. If you don't follow their rules, they've got restrictions. They can lock you in your room, and you are agreeing to follow the laws in whatever country that you're in and or where that ship is chartered.
Yeah, I've been on a number of cruises where people's sail and sign pass has been confiscated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in other words, they take your ability to buy alcohol away from you, and if they see anybody buying it for you, they'll take theirs as well. And then I've also been on one where they posted a guard outside of somebody's room to make sure they didn't come out.
Really?
100%.
I've been on a ship where somebody had a guard posted, and I was told, I didn't see this happen, but I believe it, that there was an altercation in the casino, surprise, and that somebody was put in the brig, and the captain had made an announcement, and then I overheard somebody talking about it, and so I mean that stuff does happen, and it's it's a little crazy to think about. You're on vacation.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Just get drinking and lose your mind.
Right. Well, we had a text earlier, though, that said some cruise lines actually take the passports of their crew members so that they can't, I guess, dip while they're... Is that true?
So I have also heard that, and I think that is true, because there was a criminal case. I don't know if you guys recall, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, that there were a couple of rapes that were happening on these cruise ships.
Oh, yeah.
And basically what they did in order to be able to do their investigations, they took everybody's passports so they couldn't leave the ship. And that's actually how they caught the allegedly guilty person. I don't know what ended up happening with it after they caught him, but was they tried to use somebody else on the ship's passport, and it wasn't the same person, and it got flagged.
Wow,
and,
man.
Whoa.
And then
called off.
And then somebody just said, I was attacked physically by a crew member on a cruise ship, and I almost didn't have a leg to stand on. Had to get a maritime law attorney, all kinds of crazy stuff. So there are attorneys that specifically just deal with maritime situations, like in international waters?
Absolutely. Cruise ships, it's really popular, maybe not popular, but a big source of maritime law is what happens on those freighter ships, like the Maersk Alabama and those types of ships.
Right.
Because they have a lot of problems in dealing with where they're at. So I mentioned that 12-mile international marker. There's like a 6-mile marker, and the laws may be a little bit different depending on where you're at. And it's very unique. I don't even know enough to talk about it intelligently. I just know that it's very specialized.
Wow.
Wow.
Here with Ray Trenley, One Firm for Life, TK Law, offices up in Altamont Springs.
I like to think that those lawyers have like a cob pipe, a sailor hat.
I was picturing it in my head just like that.
I object, Judge.
Right.
So I had a client who had a maritime issue, and we found a lawyer in South Florida, because the ones that do have jurisdiction, a lot of times it's the Southern District of Florida. And it's actually kind of the opposite. He was this skinny elderly guy, super nerdy, and I was like, man, you must love being out in the water, like hanging out on a boat. Like I'd have my boat as my office, and I was kind of had the same kind of picture in my mind. He's like, I get seasick. I don't like to go out in the water. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's a terrible business too. Your guidance counselor did you poorly.
Exactly.
That's right. But he had a niche area of law, and like I said, he was the most well-recommended guy. And
wow. I guess Miami would be the best place down there. That's where Carnival's headquarters are, right?
There's so much boating industry down there between the yachts and the cruise ships and everything.
Yeah. What else out there is interesting?
I was just saying, I think, because of Miami, you also have Key West. You have obviously the Port of Miami, maybe Fort Lauderdale also, because it's Southern District. So, you got a lot of places for ships to go in and out of. So it kind of makes sense.
I asked you that question, but I did want to ask you about this. I just remembered the other thing, because you guys didn't talk about FTX much last week, right?
No.
So this FTX thing is beyond unreal, for the record. I mean, as more of this starts to come out, the more it is genuinely unbelievable. How's that guy not in jail right now?
I think that there will probably be if not an FBI investigation, a congressional investigation on it. But right now he's in the Bahamas. I'm pretty sure the Bahamas have a treaty that he can be extradited to the States. So my guess, he and his girlfriend are probably looking at some criminal time.
And
you don't steal.
Apparently, she left. She went somewhere else and is absconded to even somewhere other than that. And then he stole $1 billion in cash or something, right?
Yeah, it was over $700 million. So it was a lot of money. So yeah, I mean, as a lawyer, I can't necessarily say that somebody's smart for hiding. But I will say I might hide if I was in her shoes.
Yeah. And you have that many resources. I'm guessing the problem is how he looks. He's got such a unique look, and his girlfriend too. His girlfriend looks like if it's like a nerd action figure. I mean, it's just
I'll say this: if you give me $1 billion, I'll probably find a way to make my face look even more beat up than it already does.
Yeah, man. If I had $1 billion, the last thing I'm looking like is Millhouse.
Yeah, man, that's incredible. So obviously, and that guy that they put in charge of it, who's in charge of Enron, made his first statement regarding his first look at the company internally, and said it was genuinely one of the biggest miscarriages of corporate business at that level he'd ever seen. It wasn't even close. He said it was unprecedented. Like, nobody had track of anything. Nobody knew what was going on. Tons of cash going out, missing. Money just everywhere. No guidelines, no nothing. I heard all the money was just one big slush account. It wasn't even broken up into other accounts. There was no marketing department. There's no hierarchy in the company. Nothing.
Well, and I think what you're bringing up, and it's interesting that they brought the guy in who did the Enron investigation, because after Enron and we saw the collapse of the residential mortgage industry, they put so many financial regulations in place to double and triple check these types of things. So it's not just this guy and his girlfriend that are probably going to jail. The accountants, whoever was managing those books, there's a lot of people that are going to have to account for this. And they stole a lot of money from a lot of wealthy, well-known people. And, I think is also interesting, on the FTX stuff is these lawsuits that are coming out against Tom Brady and Giselle and whoever else.
Was it Wahlberg? Not Wahlberg. Who was the other?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. There you go.
I always get those two confused.
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
That's okay. No, I think
Ross saw that as a win, everyone.
It was a win.
I just thought I was alone.
Well, I think they're both in Boston, aren't they?
Yeah, thank you.
You've got me, buddy.
This is getting snowballed. Who joined the movement?
So, I mean, obviously, if the more time they give this guy out and around, I mean, do they not have enough to charge this guy with a crime right now?
I think what I'd say is some people have a certain level of arrogance where they make mistakes. And I think anytime you have a case like this, part of it's punishing the person. That's great. A lot of people want to know that justice has been served. The other part,
they want their money back.
I think a lot of it is they want their money back.
They just want their money back, but he owes like $3.1 billion to cover and those are the top vendors. So that doesn't even guarantee anybody like Brady, any of these saying, a couple $1 million in there. I mean, unless you're one of those vendors that did business with these guys, you're not going to see that money.
Well, and I think that's it. Is
there's no assets.
You think he's got $1 billion? Maybe he's got 2 or 3 stashed away. Maybe we wait for him to buy an island and we can seize that asset. I don't know. I will say this: everybody that I know that's in federal law enforcement who's talked to me about these cases, like the Wolf of Wall Street and those types of schemers, they like to have their ducks in a row before they put somebody in handcuffs.
Right?
They
Yeah,
want to
sure.
know that
they want it to stick.
Be a pretty open section.
Right? Yeah, they want it to stick. They don't want to get off on a technicality and have this guy roll with all that kind of money in the accounts. Let me ask you: do the individual investors have a case? Let's say you knew 100 people who had a couple $100,000 each into this. Do they have a case at all?
Yeah, they do, but just like you said, they're at the very bottom of the totem pole when it comes to this. So, they might get 0.1% of whatever's recovered.
Unbelievable, man.
So you might get $100,000 investment, and you might get $10 back. Right?
Oh, and weren't there pensions invested in this as well?
Oh yeah. So that's the big thing, and that's one of the reasons why, if you're truly conservatively minded, retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, they're not always a sure thing. And same with pensions is because a lot of times the way they are able to increase the growth of those accounts is by investing in something like this that might be speculative. They're not investing in bonds.
Right.
And so, there was a lot of, I don't remember which pension was in it, but I remember seeing that there were a lot of pensions involved. And one of the big ones, like, I don't want to say it was New York, but like in my mind, it was like New York.
I think it was a school district. I think it was like a school district I read that had their entire pension system invested into FTX, and it's gone.
No.
It's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. There's no money. It's gone.
That money's never coming back.
It's never coming back because there's nothing there. That's why Warren Buffett will never touch this. There's no asset. That's when I started hearing about this. I'm like, where's the asset? Like if I invest, where's my asset? Where's my thing? I mean, even if I invest in a terrible stock, at least I have that stock to look at and go, okay, well, I have shares of this. And even though I guess it kind of seems the same, there's nothing actual. When Buffett said, if you gave me $25 million with this stuff, I wouldn't take it. That's when I knew. I was like, okay. Because I actually considered about doing this at one point, about putting some money into this whole thing. And I was just like, I don't know, man. There's something in my gut that just tells me it's a little too shaky. And then you see this guy. This Bank Friedman guy, like who would give that guy $10?
Apparently, a lot of people.
God Almighty! And his dad's like the economics professor at Stanford or something. His name's now ruined. Unreal, man.
The fallout is huge.
It's just begun.
Very interesting, and with inflation and everything else going on in the country, people are not happy and not a good time to be in his shoes.
And real quick, because we got to get out of here, buddy. But this is this has to be the springboard into some kind of regulation of crypto from the government, right? I mean, this has to be the event that either crypto goes away completely or does business offshore, or it's regulated really heavily here in the U.S. I mean, this has to be that breaking point, right?
Yeah, I think you're right on. And, they've been talking about it. And really what I think is it's a government capacity issue. And so, we all heard that the IRS hired like 60,000 new agents or whatever it was, 6,000. It was a big number. A big thing about it has been capacity. Do they have the capacity to keep track of all this stuff? And there's going to have to be regulations on it. And that's what we've been talking about this entire time with crypto and all this NFT stuff is
all
that it's so hard
worthless now. All of it's worthless. Every
so
one of
hard
those
to
things.
track.
Wow. Yeah, I just saw somebody buy one. There's somebody bought a two. That's it. What's the monkey one?
What, the NFT?
Yeah, what's the famous monkey one? Sad Monkey or whatever it was. I think Logan Paul bought it for $250,000. It's worth like $3,000 now or something. If all that stuff is just dumb.
Yeah, and buy gold.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. That's a perfect way to end it. Buy gold.
Bored Ape.
Yeah.
All right,
Bored Ape, Jimmy.
Bored Ape. There you go. Yeah,
Bored Ape. That's right.
All right, Ray Trindley, one firm for life. That's TK Law. Offices up in Altamont Springs with a multitude of law possibilities. They can cover you in a lot of different facets. Ray, as always, we appreciate that. Great job today, and we'll see you next week.
You guys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
You do the same, buddy. We'll see you soon. All right. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up for last call. Let's get out of here on a Monday.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. On this Thanksgiving week, we've got a lot of rain in the forecast. Tomorrow, a 60% chance for it, especially during the afternoon and tomorrow night, and a 50% chance of it on Wednesday morning. For Thanksgiving itself, rain chances will dissipate to a 20% shot. Temperatures in the mid-70s for tomorrow and Wednesday, and low 80s for Thursday and Friday. So that'll be nice. It'll warm up just a little bit for us. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Conn's. Get your home ready for the holidays at Conn's Black Friday Now sale. There are massive savings on appliances, furniture, and TVs. Plus, Conn's offers payment options for everyone, whether you have good credit or are building it. Shop in-store or at cons.com today.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salonpas pain-relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salonpas patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Come back to the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. 2 shows. Saturday, December 17th, Amway Center. Millions have made this their must-see holiday event of the season. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestras, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO, and more.
They say a good craftsman never blames their tool, and the best always choose the right one for the job. For the builders and makers of this world, nothing beats knowing you've got what you need to get the project done. Northern Tool is a problem solver's paradise. Hurry in now to catch our Black Friday deals, where we have the perfect gift for every solver in your life. From names like Honda, Milwaukee, and Lincoln Electric. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
We could fly to such great heights.
With MSC Cruises, a world of discovery awaits. Set sail with free balcony upgrades to enjoy those ocean views. Free onboard credit to spend however you like, plus kids sail free. Discover the Caribbean and the Bahamas, including Ocean Key, our private island marine reserve, Europe, and beyond. Only the sea offers you so much. Only MSC Cruises offers you so much more. To book, call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply.
We're ready for you at Village Medical. Now accepting new Medicare patients right in your neighborhood. Experience personalized primary care from a care team you can rely on with convenient same-day appointments, virtual visits, plus weekend and evening hours at select locations. Schedule your Medicare annual wellness visit today. Go to villagemedical.com/getcare. That's villagemedical.com/getcare.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop losing your retirement. This administration's weak leadership, tax schemes, and failed economic policies will rob you of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. He'll give you a head start to be retirement tax and recession smart. Learn solutions with a track record of measurable results to save thousands in unnecessary taxes and gain retirement recession protection. Visit retirementprotected.com.
You may have recently heard that Safe Touch Security is running an insane special for business owners.
a 2-for-1 deal on 24/7 perimeter guard cameras. They are compatible with a Safe Touch system, a different system, or no system at all.
Plus, Safe Touch offers free installation, free storage, and a lifetime warranty, all for less than $1 a day. Be very afraid.
Buy one, get one free cameras are limited and going fast. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Skylight Roofing. Roof with us. SkylightRoofing.com.
Come on. Heart our stuff. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
What's up, guys? Hey, welcome back, Jim. Look, I just got a chance to catch up on last week's podcast over the weekend, and I gotta say, Scott Maxwell's impression of Jim, impeccable. I think we should have all guest hosts do that from now on. And, Ross, the one thing I can say about sitting while you pee, besides the stigma, is you never want to test the water level with your dipstick. Catch my drift?
I gave it a spin this weekend.
I don't get it.
In a couple of years.
What's he talking about? 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Ross wanted to normalize sitting while you pee for gentlemen.
For cleanliness reasons.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy who cleans the house now. And when
when his mother-in-law isn't doing it.
Unnecessary shots fired.
Accurate or not?
Very.
Thank you.
That's what makes it unnecessary.
Yeah, that's why it hurt.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is right there.
Hello.
Jack's here.
Hi there.
Ross is here.
I'm just saying we should reconsider it. I think if we were to do this whole male sex thing again, we would sit down.
Oh, in other words, from the onset, it would be
like, I don't even know when we started doing it, and I don't understand the history of the stigma behind sitting.
Well, I mean, I would guess it would just be with the invention of the toilet. I mean, it wasn't always there.
God, man, we really crushed toilets, right?
Just a squat thing.
Me and Jack were just talking about how us as a species just nailed toilets.
Yeah. Toilet was a good one.
Yeah, we crushed that.
That was a star invention.
No doubt. And it hasn't changed that much.
It really hasn't. The concept is exactly the same.
Right. Not until my new toilet coming out next fall, taller toilets.
407-916-1041. 4 lines open for last call. Grab one of those, and we'll get to you guys in a second. Again, that's 4 lines, 407-916-1041.
And they do have those, because we just recently had one installed, and boy, what a difference does it make for Chris. When you're 5'5", a toilet's a toilet.
Also an oval bowl.
But when you're tall like you guys. Yeah.
I want to have my feet dangle.
And you got to have an oval one, not a round one, because for an oval one, you can kind of sneak and put it under your leg so there's no drippage.
See? Sneak and put it under your leg?
Yeah. See the oval like that? It's easier for you to stand there. If it's round, it's harder. You can actually get, like, you can straddle it almost, the front part.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So there's no dripping on the drip.
That's so cool. That's so cool that you straddle toilets.
Yeah.
You front sit?
No, I don't think so. All right, Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz.
Like your Magic Mike, toilet.
Man, I can't even look at the commercials for that thing.
Damn. It gets real Evergladesy.
Take it off at the root, boy. It's commercials.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Jim.
So good to be here.
We could tell you've been happy all afternoon.
Who do we have to thank today?
I said it, Brandon Kravitz.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That happens a lot around here. Welcome back, Jim.
I was just
good
too
to
busy
have you
laughing
back.
at everything. I'm sorry. Jack, we have a Twitter poll today?
We do. It's
Friday, so Deb can tell us who we have to thank.
It's Friday, December 23rd, a good day for a Christmas party. Where do you think the votes fall on that?
What do you think? By the way, we want to thank Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game, our sister station.
Brandon Kravitz thinks it's a good idea for a December 23rd Christmas party. So do I, and 58% of our audience does as well.
Really? I was going to say 60%.
Wow.
Ooh.
But I think 90% of people are like, yeah, December 3rd, no probs. That's the problem.
Right. All right, let's get to these here. I'll get out of here. 9-Ball Willie, last call.
Yeah, I remember breaking in my pool table on Thanksgiving in 2004. I still got that wet spot.
God almighty.
That's where I break from.
Big T, last call.
All right, so Jimmy, I just want to let you know, everyone, all of your co-hosts that came in last week were fantastic. All of them were awesome. Scott Maxwell was eyes bugged out the whole time he was there. It was fantastic. But also, just glad to have you back, man. Glad to have you. It's great, and hope we have a great week.
Thank you, Big T. I appreciate that very much, and the crew does do a good job for me. I thank Deborah profusely and the rest of the guys for holding down the fort while I'm gone. It's very reassuring to know that you can leave and the show's not going to really suffer at all. Actually, may probably be better. Adam, last call.
Love you so much, Jimmy. Glad to have you back. But I love the guest host, but when are you going on vacation again?
Oh, I don't know. Probably never now, you wise ass.
How about Wednesday?
That is radio in a nutshell.
It really is. Exactly.
So happy to have you back, man. So great.
Hey, Tom,
Click. Next call. Oh man, when are you going? When are you going on another cruise?
Right. Hey, Drew, it's Tom. You gonna let me play anytime soon? All right, big day coming up tomorrow. What'd you do that's new? Plus your calls, texts, talkbacks, all the fun stuff. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross. Oh, yeah, on behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim.
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz.
We follow the news junkie. Follow the Monsters in the Morning. And after us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Monday evening.
Bye.
Lord have mercy.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry.